Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, welcome to the Phalanx Live. And like always, you see my mug first, and I apologize right now for that. This is episode 10 of the Phalanx, and I don't know if you guys been around on social media. We were teasing the holy hell out of this, trying to get folks to understand that we have a major announcement, other than it being our 10th episode, which is amazing. But we have a major announcement coming today. We're at the 9 p.m. mark. So this is an all Savage Sandbox exclusive guest list tonight. So we have everybody. I'm going to introduce them one by one. All right, right off the bat, I'm going to introduce Jesse from Burlap. Here he goes. Jesse Bear, everybody, coming in hot. What's up, Jesse? Oh. And that's not a surprise. Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, buddy?
Rocking the SS.
Ah, look at that sweatshirt. Oh,
that's right.
Awesome. All right. And how you doing tonight, Jesse?
Good. Amped. Ready to do it?
Yeah, ready for this hot news, right? Oof.
The funny thing
crazy
is,
stuff.
This is the culmination of what me and you joked about like over a year and a half ago.
People don't know. Like I was when Dennis is right, I'm like, they have no idea what this started as one thing, and we'll discuss that later. We'll definitely tell everybody what the original SSB meant. Yeah, the origin.
Maybe we were what SSB started to mean.
Yeah, so I said we could do that. Yeah. I'm all for that. So
absolutely.
All right, next we have coming in is Nicholas Muir from Demon Hunter Raven, and here he comes. Hey, Nick.
Howdy.
What's up, buddy?
Not bad. I've got my dance moves ready for tonight. We're gonna kick it old school.
Well, we're definitely all right. I guess what, I'm gonna tell everybody it's a boy band, like you said. Mm-hmm. I don't think we could keep it quiet. So there's a lot of members in this band. So
it's 10-man group, so
10-man group. All right. Next we got Jerry from E4 Comics. Here he comes, Jerry. What's up, buddy?
What up, fellas?
Yo.
How my brother tonight?
Jerry, you were off today, right? Because we work opposite Coleman schedules.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. All right.
But there was actually a mix-up that I was actually supposed to go to work tonight, but I was like, yeah, that ain't happening. So I'm taking.
Yeah, you're like, nope. Awesome. All right. Next up, we got Jack Sloan from Slate Comics. And Jack and Nate, I'll be introducing one after the other, are actually coming from the future. So that joke never gets old. And here it comes, future door Jack in the house. What's up, Jack?
Hey boys, how we doing?
Jackie.
What's up?
Hey, Jack.
Oh,
that's Jack.
How's down under?
The future is great. The future's good.
Yeah.
Nothing interesting's happened, so don't worry about it.
No natural disasters we have to worry about.
Nothing to report.
That's good. All right. Next up, we got Nate Broughton, also from Slate Comics. What's up, Nate? Nate from Slate. He loves that joke.
There's nothing happening here in the future just yet. We just stole the sun again.
Yeah, I see that. It was out when I just got off duty and I got home. It was out and I went outside and set up, and then now it's gone. And yeah, Jesse and I are in the same time zone. So yeah, and Jerry, we all were like, well, sun's gone. Sweet. All right. Next up, we got JD Gonzalez from Covenant Comics. JD.
Howdy. How you guys doing?
And JD's got us
with me.
I see that.
He's here to co-host with me. He's part owner with Covenant.
You're killing me. Jesse's coming in from West Coast, so he actually lives in the past. Or JD, sorry, JD. JD lives in the past. Well, listen, all these J's. Do we not joke about this in the chat?
Yep.
It's a little bit of a pain in the ass
about the J's.
Yeah, it's a little bit nutty, but all right, let's get Swolvencia in here because no one else can bicep flex like this guy. So here he comes in, and there he is. He's got his hair did and everything.
There we go. Oh God!
Got a fresh
Hashtag no sleep himself.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
Look, I'm straight out of work. Literally dropped in, ate some chicken, and I'm on.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Every time
my wife had KFC. I was like, KFC.
Oh, what a surprise, Jason.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
Every time you say major
to be
announcement,
fair, I knew
convicted
that
cheer.
shit was coming. So, all right.
He put
Yeah.
his order in. He was waiting for it.
Yeah, my wife went to the
Yeah.
drive-thru. Thank you very much. So, yeah, she did call me. But,
Yeah, of course.
all right. Okay, really quick. We're missing my co-host, Chris Michaels. He hates that. He's running a little bit late because, he had to get his pump on at the gym. So, wait, I think I got some folks out that. Wait, I think Chris might actually be here. Hold on. Yep. Oh, Jesse Chisholm's here
Yes, Chisholm.
from Covenant. Comics.
What?
He made it.
Howdy.
Player 9 is into the game.
I made it.
All right. And now the co-host. After I don't know if it was back day, but it was definitely cardio day. So here he comes, coming in hot, Chris Michaels.
Mr. Winchester.
There he is.
Drink that water.
There's water.
Oh,
Can you guys hear me?
protein
Yeah, we
shake.
can hear it. I'm just gonna drink from this.
Nice. Product placement.
Salute.
Hey, to be fair, my friends, my really good friends, own this KFC, so I gotta support my friends. So.
So, I got a question. Are we just going to
Yeah.
leave this nice big wolf face over Jackie Boy, or can we?
You know what?
Don't worry about it. It's
I
an
actually-
improvement.
So
It looks
so
a lot
check,
better than what's behind it.
So check this out.
Jack's
I
face.
can actually remove
Actually doing
that.
me a
It's
favor.
amazing. Hold on. Let's see here. If I remove you, sorry. Let's see. Can we give Jack this instead? Nope.
See much better. See even better. Blocking out
There
more
we
of
go.
it.
There we go.
There he is.
So much for overlays, huh? Well, you know what it is. It would have been.
1, 2, 3, 4 Savage Sandbox hoodies, and man, that's some Slate comic stuff. I don't even have that. I'm kind of jealous.
That's
I
a
saw
Dennis
that.
Valencia, that one. That's a Dennis Valencia.
Look at that.
Badass.
Did we lose Dennis?
No.
He'll be back.
Yeah, they just bounced.
Here, he's coming back. There he is. He fell asleep. See, he really does sleep. He sleeps during streams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
sleep.
No sleep catches up on you, buddy.
I think Dennis just wanted to move in the lineup there.
I think he did. I think so too. Now this is a pretty big deal. For those that know, we upgraded our StreamYard abilities here, and we're able to have, instead of 6 per the standard plan, now we can have up to 10 folks. And really quick, we are also again streaming on the Convictor Facebook page and the Pharaoh's Grave Studio Facebook page. I wish I could stream to Instagram directly, but you need a third-party app for that. And let's be honest, I'm not savvy, so I'd make Chris do it. That's why Chris is co-host. But yeah, this is episode 10. We did 10 of these things. We did 10 of these. 10 shit shows. We did.
Who's watching this?
10 trash talking, freezing, and all that for me. Yeah, so but we did it. Here we are. I gotta be careful. If we're streaming to Facebook, I drop too many F-bombs or something, I'm gonna get zucked. So okay. Some
So in other
Facebook
words,
snap.
the Slate boys need to bring it down.
Just a tad.
No
Well,
worries.
awesome. I see. All right. We got one set of headphones. Is my stuff feeding back? Because I have a whole new setup in here, and I want to make sure it sounds good. So you guys can hear me
No,
fine?
I hear you. I hear you, fine.
What'd you
Cool.
say?
You got no feedback over here.
I got this cool Yeti mic and a new webcam. My dad was giving me crap because I was using garbage before and made me spend a whole bunch of money. So if you're watching this, Dad, thanks for making me spend more money that I didn't need to.
One of the funniest things I ever heard was what you told me. I'm not going to repeat it, but goddamn it.
Oh, yeah, you can say it. There's
I
a whole
laughed out
reason I
loud
did
at
this
work, man.
setup today. So last week I had my interview on Indie Comics Dispatch. I do my monthly show there, and my dad watched it, and he goes, "Yes, I saw your show." He goes, "It was really cool, except for the host looked like a little dungeon dweller." And I was like, thanks, Dad. He goes, you need to work on the lighting and you need to get some comics in the background and make it look like you actually do something in comics besides just have a Metal Gear poster behind you. So I still have my Metal Gear comics behind me. But yeah, I moved my entire office and workroom around. Actually, right over here is my nice Cintiq. So now when I'm answering emails at work, I can turn around and draw finally. My wife's never going to see me again, sadly. But, you know.
Small price to pay, you know.
Exactly.
I think I'm the only one hiding in his garage, though. So.
Bear looks like a killer. I'm telling you.
It's very fitting for Brad to be against a, like,
he's got like pliers
I
on the
read
wall.
your comic book, man.
Listen, I'm sitting on my deck outside, so Jesse's one up on me.
Not all of us can have the amazing wall over to my side over here.
Yeah. This guy down here. Yeah, this guy.
I hate this. I can't. I'm losing it. This guy over here with the awesome little display case behind him.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Pete's on his porch too. So
at least our host of the hour is not in a Speedo tonight. So
you don't know that.
Yeah.
How do you know?
Yeah.
Didn't you get that message on the conversation that we're all supposed to jump out at the end?
No, I missed that one. So I guess I'm gonna skip it.
No, it was mandatory. It was mandatory. You agreed.
Yep. And I think to our comments about this being a boy band, we have way too many beards for a boy band.
Well, this is the heavy metal boy band edition.
Heavy metal boy. I can get behind that.
4.
Interesting.
Speak for yourself.
5.
At least you know the lead singers are, don't we?
Yeah, we got Jesus over here. He can sing for us.
Sing. The man can do a lot more than sing.
We might appeal to the Christian crowd a little bit too much on that one.
Hey, it's all about demographics, guys.
Yep.
This is a very Christian Minecraft server, so guys will keep it clean.
Yes, right. So, like, and anyone that's tuning in, everybody that's in here, this is pretty much a live version of our chat that we have that runs on Instagram and Discord or wherever. And Discord, what's that? Anyway, but yeah, we so this is it. So all this chopping at each other and stuff, this is literally every day. Well, not so much for Jesse Chisholm, not so much. We got to add him to that actually. And I think because Jerry created this new SSB one, and JD just pops in to say something cryptic and leave. So that's
what I do best. What I do best. Drop my wisdom tonight.
Yeah.
Does Jesse Chisholm even have an Instagram?
I do.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
It's private.
Yeah, as I said, props to my man because no one knows he has it.
5.
Yeah, I've never seen him in a chat. Usually we have to tag him on Discord, and then Jesse or JD have to remind him that he's been tagged, and then he finally answers.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only way.
Just to reach him.
He's the man behind the curtain. He secretly controls everything Covenant does.
True.
Yeah, I envy your wall. I just gotta say it. I envy that thing.
It's a nice
Need
wall.
to get some stickers on mine.
I try. Thank you. I can come over. Dude,
Like that.
invite me over. I'll be there.
I see
You're only like an hour and a half away.
behind Nick.
I know.
So
people are like, at 9 o'clock, we're going to give it 40 more minutes. We're going to make this announcement. And I know everybody's kind of chomping at the bit for it. But we looked at the average viewing time, and right about an hour is when we have like most of our viewers pop in. So that's why we chose 9. Plus, I think that's like 6 o'clock West Coast time. So most people are off their normal 9 to 5 jobs. So we got about 40 minutes. But in the meantime, you guys have questions, anything about the SSB? This is our first, let's see, we got 10 people. This is the first time we've all been face-to-face. All of us in the same chat room at the same time. So if you've got questions, comments, anything like that, post them in the chat, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. It'll pop up on the screen for us, and we can call it out.
The Facebook pops up in here as well.
Yep. And I think since we have all 10 creators, and I think we've all done a good job promoting it. Everyone take like a 30-second time period to talk about what you are, who you are, what your title is, because I don't think we haven't all been on the same thing. So we probably have some new viewers in here that don't know who we are. So Jason, you start. We'll do the American one.
We'll go whatever. It'd be Jesse after me, just so we understand how it works. Jason Farrow. Yeah, I'm Jason Farrow. I'm obviously I'm the creator of the Convictor, and also Farrow's Creative Studio is mine. I've spoke about my journey before. I created the Convictor character many years ago, 37 to be exact, and I finally decided to make a real comic, which finally is published and finally is going out rewards, and finally happened, and I'm more than pleased. And I'm often giddy, and I still don't believe it's true, but that's me. And I am with these like-minded folks, my awesome buddies, and people who have their own dreams and success stories. So we're all working together for a common goal. Jesse, you're up.
All right, Jesse James Bear. According to Jerry, I'm on America's Most Wanted list, but we'll talk about I am the writer and creator of Burlap. I am
that is true.
Staff writer at Covenant Comics, run by JD Gonzalez and Jesse Chisholm. I did the first volume of Burlap last year, which was very successful. It got into some stores. It's been a lot of great run on the website, and now we just did the 90s Nightmare trilogy, which is also Kickstarter rewards, all getting together. Stretch goal items coming in, so lots of great stuff happening on the Burlap front. And I pass it over to Nicholas.
Hey, I'm Nick Mueller of BMR Comics, and right now I am the creator of Demon Hunter Raven, which is funding on Indiegogo as a last chance campaign option. If you missed it on Kickstarter, no problem. You can go over to Indiegogo right now and go jump on, or you could go check us out on Patreon as BMR Comics. We work on sort of supernatural sort of stuff, and if you're into shonen action, anything within that realm of just crazy action with stories that are out characters, you're gonna want to really check us out. Otherwise, I'm the head dancer of this boy band that we're forming. I've got some really good. I'm really good at impersonating Billie Jean. So if you're looking for some really good Michael Jackson sort of stuff, hit me up.
I'm the lead singer of this band. What's up, everybody? I'm Jerry from Before Comics, creator of Before Comics, and the writer for the comic book The Elements. Also known as the original Red Ranger. There
we go. Hey, listen, Cameron already wrote something in the comments. I'm going to let it slide. I'm just going to let it slide.
22 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean, he wrote the Red Ranger, but it was a compliment, so I'll let it slide. The only reason we didn't have the Green Rangers team up together because we didn't need to.
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
So yes, I'm the creator of Before Comics and The Elements. I just finished a Kickstarter, working on issues 2 and 3 at the current moment. Hopefully they'll be dropping by the end of this year, and hopefully I'll be starting another Kickstarter next year sometime for those other issues. And that's about it. Jackie?
My name is Jack. Jack from part owner of Slate Comics, working on my original character's first novel, graphic novel, Cult. That's currently in production right now. Hopefully hitting Kickstarter in the next couple of months. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right,
Who's next?
Am I next?
Yeah,
yes, you are.
Oh, that's me. Can you hear me? I think.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
can hear it.
DR. My name is Dennis. DR Valencia Designs. I'm an artist for Feral Creative Studios, The Convictor. Hopefully, we're working on Hellwolf very soon.
Yep.
Also, creator at Slate Comics. Creator of The Celestial Knight, and working for Draw for Change, just trying to make some great art for a great cause. That's it in a nutshell. Chris, all you.
All right.
That's a good 30-second wrap-up.
I am Christopher Michael from Homebrewed Heroes.
Oh, it's
I am the
Michael.
creator.
Oh, why do I always put an S on that?
Because you're a jerk. That's what. I'm not
Is water
Chris
wet,
Michaels.
Chris?
I'm not a UFC or a WWE wrestler. I don't script my fights. Sorry.
Who was a WWE wrestler?
Well, I mean, weren't you like a semi WWE? Like, anyway.
That's right.
Yeah.
And really quick, I didn't script my fights. The booker scripted them. We don't script our own fights.
30 seconds, Jason. You had your 30 seconds.
You're like 45, Chris.
Jesus. Cameron, the cat plush, I just approved the design. Should be here soon. So yeah, I'm Chris. I'm the creator of Crit. It is based off of a tabletop game that my friends Obi in the chat. He is one of my players/creators, and I essentially just create the universe. They get to write the story, and you get to see all the cool, crazy antics. If I were to give you an elevator pitch on it, if you were a child of the 80s and 90s, imagine if Police Academy had superpowers, and that's what you get. If you're more of a 2000s and on, it's kind of like the what's that Stallone movie? The Expendables with superpowers. Just about the same. Bunch of quips, lots of movie quotes, lots of stupid stuff. But at the end of the day, it's fun and it's a nice, lighthearted take on superheroes. So check it out, Crit. We just finished our campaign on Indiegogo, and we're getting ready to launch issue 4 on Kickstarter as soon as we ship issue 0 and 3. And now on to Ether, Jesse Chisholm.
Howdy, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, there we go. Sorry. I'm working on a very broken laptop. I'm Jesse Chisholm. I write Ether, the story of the 7-foot-tall Scotsman who's pretty much the Avatar. I created a universe at a lunch table with this guy, and this guy, sorry. And, yeah, pass it on to him.
All right, well, my name is JD Gonzalez, the other half of Covenant Comics. I am also a part-time Jesus impersonator on the weekends. That's what's pretty much funding this whole Covenant expedition, is that whole thing.
All right.
No, I'm just kidding. So I am
You signed my Bible
at Covenant Comics. And what happened? I missed it.
Sign Nick's Bible.
I am the writer of Crossbones. We're finishing up issue 4 right now, and it's going live on May 11th, I believe, on Kickstarter. So be sure to be there and fund us on that. But yeah, passing it along to this dude, wherever, I don't know.
Yeah, me, why not? All right, the name says it all. I'm Nate from Slate, part owner with Jack with Slate Comics. I'm currently almost in the final editing stages of my original character, Omen's first book, and already drafting over half of the second book, Carnifex. Working on Crit Zero as well for Chris Michaels over there. Just building a universe of science tech with some biblical connotations, and hopefully we'll have more books than we planned actually coming out this year, by the way things are going.
Nice.
So I'll close it off as well by saying with me that I'm also a lady of the night for the rest of the SSB. You'll find a lot of my work with a lot of the other people as well. So
he's our other Dennis. If Dennis doesn't draw it, you draw it. Pretty much, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
I wish we could get Mo on here too. Mo probably would never do a live chat.
Yeah.
Well, we lost Swole Boy. I guess.
No, I think he's trying to come in.
Okay, cool.
I think so. Let me see. No, he's out for right now.
No worries. Technical difficulties, no big deal.
He fell asleep.
That'll work. I doubt that. He just goes into autopilot. He doesn't sleep.
Yeah, here he comes. Maybe he wanted to get a real quick set in.
Get some push-ups.
Yeah, maybe he's doing some push-ups. Hey, there he is.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Did you get a quick push-up set in?
Yeah, you got it.
I tried.
He was pumping up.
Cheers.
Awesome.
Oh, I'm drinking KFC and this guy's got bourbon.
I do.
You do.
Celebrate, man.
Yeah.
So we've got a good good diversity of comics in here. We've got everything from anime to supernatural to horror, and just some really stupid guys that do stupid stuff. But
That's me.
I think we've got a good collection for everybody. I got a question earlier that I'll go ahead and address, and somebody asked me what's the difference between SSB and homebrewed, and so to kind of touch base on what this group is versus what my own creation is. We are, if you were to take the idea of what Image did in the 90s, given we're not nearly as popular or cool as those guys when they did it, but they had a simple idea of working together to grow their own brands individually, but working together for the same cause. And that's what we're doing here. So while I do most of the work on Crit, and if Jason calls me and says, hey, I need you to letter my book, I'm going to do that. If Dennis, for instance, or Nate, they're probably our two active artists. I think they've probably been on every book so far, if I'm not mistaken. In one way, shape, or another, they've contributed to like every title here. And I know Nick and Jesse have helped me with my work, giving me some pointers, things like that. So we all kind of collectively work together to make sure we're producing quality products for everybody, because at the end of the day, if we can go to Kickstarter and ask you for $500 to, I don't think anybody's really looked for more than $1,500, maybe $2,000. I haven't seen anybody ask for $7,000, so that's a good thing. But if we're going to ask you for money for our books, then we want to make sure we're producing something that is worth what you're going to be, shelling out for it. And the only way I feel that we can do that is collectively as a team. For instance, look at Nate and Jack. They're doing issue 0 for me because I never thought that'd see the light of day, and those guys have just put some magic on that. Issue 3 is going to go to Jesse up here, and he's going to help edit that for me because I really would love to see his input on that. And we got Jason up here, who's about to launch on Indiegogo, and I think a few of us are going to be doing covers and posters for that. So we're all one big team. We just have our own individual entities.
It's true.
Yes.
And maybe at Christmas time we'll do a B-sides. Everybody takes some B-side characters, and we'll do a Christmas book.
Yeah. I thought Christmas that was really happening. Yeah.
I mean, I really want it to happen. I really think that we could probably accomplish it without any funding, and we could just make it, because if we all just put it together, we could do it.
What were you calling it? The B team saves Christmas?
Yeah. We get like Hellwolf and
all the B players. Yeah.
all
Throw
the
Violet into the mix for fun.
Yeah. I mean, if everybody just picks one of their
all the non-title. Yeah.
Yeah. The character that doesn't have his own title, or like I don't know which one of my characters I could throw in there. I have a whole plethora of them, but
I think Richter should be in there.
I was just gonna say I could throw Richter in there. He's the grumpy old man of the group.
Yeah, he could come around and try to boss stuff and take charge of the whole thing. I could see how that plays off with some of our characters.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So it'd be cool just to have us all do something fun like that, because that's something we can do. It wouldn't be canonical, and we wouldn't require you to give us your universe to do it. So it'd be fun.
I got a question.
Yeah.
There's a shocker.
When I was in the beginning of, obviously getting to know everybody here, talking to Jason, talking to Chris, I used to always say, you guys never thought of making a group like Concrete? I want to know, around what time did you guys decide to do that? Was it before that? Was it after that?
Yeah, it was a lot before that. We were being cryptic for a reason. We were kind of, we were just taking it real slow. We weren't really talking much about it. So, I mean, we were talking about, like, me, Chris, and Jesse were always Jesse Barrett. We're always talking about it. It's where it started. So started with me and Jesse. Then we brought Chris in, and Chris is the brain behind everything else. It's happening fast for us. So that's how it started. Yeah, it was always out there. We just didn't want to talk about it yet because I think all three of us are kind of the same kind of people that like our ducks in a particular row before we kind of, and I'm a pessimist by nature, so I don't want to talk about shit until it's set in stone. So
I to that point, why didn't we do what Concrete did? And from what I know of Concrete, they have one giant universe for all their stuff.
Yeah. Right.
And I think that's similar. Somebody asked me recently about what's the difference between us and the Alliance. And again, I think they're operating under the they're a shared universe from what I know of what they do. So we aren't a shared universe. What happens in Crit doesn't affect Convictor until we do our crossover, and what happens in Burlap doesn't affect Crit, so forth and so on. We're all individual. Now, if we want to do a crossover, we can do that all day long. There's nothing holding anybody back, and to that point too, we can do whatever we want with people outside. I know Nick is very active in multiple groups. I myself, I'm in a few different groups. I think we all have our own, groups of people we talk to outside of the SSB that really aren't in here. And it's nothing. I don't care if Nick were to say, "Hey, I'm doing this other book that's not part of SSB." It's not like we're gonna be upset.
We don't.
I'll probably delete them out of my inbox. But I think
you did try that one time.
They're probably unread.
I had to pat you on the shoulder.
Yeah, I don't think that we're not going to try to squeeze you to fit our narrative. That's not what we're about.
Yeah.
Like that's not our thing. We're all our individual creators, and I could completely go off in a whole other direction with my book if I wanted to. With no, any of us can. So we don't have to. We don't have to okay it with other folks. You know what I mean? As long as the art is consistent and the storytelling is consistent, that's all we're looking for.
I mean, if one of us creates something and the rest of us really don't feel that it's a good quality product, I think we're all going to chime in and say, "Hey."
Well, yeah. And that's happened. That has happened. I mean, we have not quite to that extent, but we have. We've definitely had some things like discussions like that. So
right, and if we're working, say, on a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo, and we say, "Hey, what do you think of this?" We're all going to chime in and say, "Hey, why don't you try this?"
Right.
We're just here to give direction. We're not here to dictate.
No dictating at all.
I think the only thing that we can all agree upon is that everyone in Crit could beat up everybody in all of your books 100%.
Mine would go on crying if he looked at you.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think
my dad could beat up your dad.
Yeah. My guy's way stronger than your guy. Let me talk about my guy.
I have a question. Did you guys have to pay an entry fee to be part of this group? Because Chris made me pay $100 to be part of this.
You only had to pay $100?
You just asked me for a paramount.
Well, listen,
I had to pay $150.
It was 100, but then it was 100. But then, like,
what are you talking about?
We split 35, 35, 35. That's how it was.
I'm sorry, Nick. I have a really bad addiction that I needed to get a fix on, and I just really need to rip my friend off that day.
Bing.
I have a slight addiction to caffeine. If we didn't know that, I actually wake up to 360 milligrams every single day. So, I'm going to die soon. It's fine. No big deal. Only the fourth time.
Chester, dude, you don't die, man.
Seriously. On a side note, I smelled my wife's perfume today for the first time in 9
Thank
months.
God you said perfume.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were going. I was like,
I know that's very random to say, but for everybody that doesn't know me, I haven't been able to smell much of anything in 9 months. And today she sprayed some perfume before she went to her. She's a photographer. She had to go do some kind of shoot. And I walked the hallway and I was like, "What is that smell? Oh, I can smell something, and it's very subtle." But I've been seeing.
Yeah. Chris. Yeah, Natalie sprayed it.
It was just me. I sprayed it on myself.
Before the gym.
Actually, yeah, it was before the gym. I smelled it on the way to the gym. So.
I was gonna say you were doing cardio, so we know where the cologne came in. You left up a little Italian shower in the locker room before you came in.
Hey man, nothing wrong with that. No one needs to smell me when I'm working out. That is something I was very self-conscious about, like because I'll be at the gym for 2 hours. I know I'm covered in sweat. I'm like, do I smell? I can't even smell myself,
Bro, you're at the gym.
Yeah, but it's kind of courteous not to be stinky. I don't know.
Is it? I don't know. Dude, I wrestle with guys that literally never wash their gear. I wrestled a couple guys, and when I did the wrestling, that never washed their gear because it was lucky not to wash it. So you know what? Yeah. Imagine that shit.
When I did wrestling in high school, and I think for 3 years, I got really tired of smelling the kids like that. They were like, "Oh, I'm never going to wash my singlet because it's lucky."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like there's germs on that thing. No thanks. Oh, we got Cristiano in here. What, dude?
Hey, Chris.
Another guy.
Cristiano's like, wow, how many people?
It's the SSB dudes. All of us in one.
Cristiano. I've heard so much about him. I've never met him yet.
I think he's working on his own book right now with somebody too, which is really cool. Oh, we got Mo's in here too. Look at this.
Oh, Mo!
What?
Hey,
Goddamn, Mo!
there he is.
Damn, Mo.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're coming down to the 19-minute mark before we
we're getting there.
Uncover this.
I'm sure we'll start watching the uptick in viewers. So by then.
Did you guys make a list of who y'all wanted on the SSB?
What's that?
Did y'all make a list of who y'all wanted to be on the SSB? Did y'all put down 20 names and start crossing names out? How they go?
Nope.
No, this is all organic, man.
Oh,
we were all just in the same chat room.
Yeah.
Except for you and Nick. And well, Jesse and JD, because we had this Jesse from Covenant, and then we just adopted these two. But we just had a group that we pretty much, for lack of better word, we just talk shit to each other all day. And then we sometimes
I didn't even know how I got there.
Quality critiquing of each other's work every once in a while. But mostly it was shit talking, I would say.
Yeah, always the shit talking.
Yeah.
I will say though that
people don't realize the S stands for shit in the SSB.
What'd you say, Jesse? Jason interrupted you. What'd you say, Jesse?
I was saying that each time somebody joined in was basically somebody else brought somebody in, which was really cool.
Yeah.
I remember when Jason first brought Chris's mug into the scene. He goes, "Hey guys, Chris from Homebrew is pretty cool. Want him to come into this group chat?"
I take that back now, by the way. But anyway, keep going.
It was me, Jason, and Dennis thinking we're cool as shit. Oh yeah, here we are in our group. Oh, this guy's Chris, cool. Let's bring him in. Chris comes in, and Chris and Jason are like, "Hey, the Slate boys are pretty cool.
Yeah,
let's bring them in."
I remember that.
That was a mistake.
Then someone
To be fair, each
Covenant, they could be
Caught us on a good day.
organically just manifested.
It did. And the fun part was, Jesse, right? We got to say Chris was X-Pac to our NWO.
Yeah.
So remember we said that, so there was that. So that was also very, very, very satisfying. Yeah. We didn't have an
It's funny because when I joined, I was like, I can see everything that's in this chat prior to my entry. I wonder how much shit they talked about me before I got in.
We deleted a lot, but
I was the admin. I ain't doing shit.
Yeah. You kicked somebody out that made him. I think one of us got crap for that. I remember when we brought Slade in though. I was like, I wonder, because we had a discussion about someone, and we're not going to talk about it, but we had a couple discussions about people. And I mean, just to be honest, I mean, we'll share opinions on work, and we don't broadcast that because I don't think it's very professional. But I think we can have opinions that we keep to ourselves. And I remember saying, I don't know what they're going to think about the opinions we have up there. And then I think I talked to Nate for like 5 minutes, and I was like, oh, this guy's fine. Yeah. Everyone, we're good.
Oh, that's right. I remember that, because there were certain things there. Well, if they go back and read it, they're going to, because they're doing work for this particular, area, and they're going to see this stuff. I'm like, I don't care. Let him read it.
Yep.
So then you talk to Nate. You're like, he's fine. It's all good.
Nate, Jack, talk. Your perspective, Nate and Jack, from first entering the group chat for the SSB. Go.
I felt like I was at home. No, I knew straight away. A bunch of guys. I knew it was in the right place. Definitely.
Yeah, pretty much the same. Just a fun chat room. Pretty tame.
Yeah, last one.
Yeah, what about you, Jerry? You were one of the last people to join. So, I think prior to entering our, collective SSB, you talked to each one of us individually. What did you think the minute you got into our chat and really saw what we were really like?
Well, let me tell you, it was an eye opener. I mean, because it's a whole different world behind doors, So, and like I said, there was like you guys were mentioning, there was like certain people that I thought was like part of a closed group, and then come to find out a whole bunch of things went left before I joined the group. So when I joined the group, that's when I started to discover, wait, what happened? This happened? Wait a minute, what's happening right now? So that was surprising to begin with. But at the end of the day, it was like, yeah, I knew you guys, how you guys were. So, I was kind of expecting it.
Yeah, you won't see us post our dirty laundry on any social media platforms. It's not really, it's not what we're about. But I do feel strongly we're allowed to have our own individual opinions. I'm not going to ask anybody to agree with my opinion of something else. It's mostly creative differences that we've experienced. I think collectively everybody always trash talks Rob Liefeld in one way, shape, or form. That's about the only trash talking we've done.
Some people even make fun of him in their comic. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, if Obi's in here still, I mean, that man literally peed on his Young Blood book, I believe, and then posted it to his Twitter account. It was pretty famous there for a while. And then
Dennis is pulling out his Liefeld comic. Hold on.
Yeah, hold on.
Here he comes.
There we go.
Yep.
Signed.
Yep.
Signed Rob Liefeld. There you go.
I got Young Blood up there, man. I'm not going to deny that the man was.
You should have got to sign him. You should have got him to sign the feet because he didn't draw them. So.
I'm going to ship it to Nate. I'm shipping it to you, Nate.
No, I mean, yeah, that was probably the most hilarious situation I've ever seen Obi in. But we can all, I think we can all agree, Young Blood and his early work was definitely influential. I'm not a huge fan of some of his recent work, but not to say the man's not successful. But doesn't mean we can't throw some shade every once in a while.
Throw some shade.
Yep.
I can't go a day without hearing about him.
What?
I can't go a day without hearing about Rob Liefeld. There's a video on Facebook yesterday. Rob Liefeld is a better artist than you, and this is why.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh my God! Really?
That triggered me. That triggered me.
So you could say he's a more successful artist because he is. I'll never deny that he's a way more successful man than me. He even did like a jeans commercial, and I think at a young age, yeah. He just came in at the right time and had really marketable products, but I think his own fame kind of went to his head. If you look at some of the situations he was put in throughout the years, I don't think he made some of the best business decisions. And even some of the people he considered really good friends at one point, don't agree with his business decisions either. So if I'm going to say, look at Todd McFarlane, he's still on Image and he still has a good rapport with people even after the debacle with that Angel character, the lawsuit involving that.
Oh yeah, that whole business.
Yeah, and he's still seen in a very positive light. So I'm just curious as to what behind the scenes. Rob Liefeld is a horrible businessman. There you go. Oh, and to that point, all of us have collectively gone to Kickstarter in one way, shape, or form. And I'm pretty sure all of us have fulfilled or are in the process of fulfilling those Kickstarters. That man, I believe, still hasn't fulfilled a Kickstarter from 2013.
He might have. That's still up in the air.
Still up in the air.
75% of you boys on here are more successful on Kickstarter than Rob Liefeld, so you can take that with you.
It's true.
It's a piece of shit.
I love Jack.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Sorry.
That's one thing about you Aussie boys. What you see is what you get. There is no...
That's it. Don't beat around the bush. Tell it how
Yep.
it is.
Yeah.
Listen,
Jack, I'm glad you joined today. I hope you're doing well, buddy.
Thanks, brother.
I'm still waiting for this one and that one to blow kisses to each other or something like that.
Oh yeah, you too. Well,
It's a romance. They're finally on camera together.
Who?
JD and Jack. Here we go.
I know.
I'm starting to
say
think
hi
you
to
got a
him.
bit of a fetish for this,
I
mate.
wanted
You're
him to
really
be next
pushing
to
this. You're really pushing this, aren't you? You got a bit of a fetish, haven't you?
Yeah. You're drawing for your warm-ups, man.
Look at your hair.
What Jesus for your warm-ups.
A beautiful head of hair on both of you.
Yeah.
You're a beautiful man, JD.
Hey. You're a beautiful man, okay? I love you. I hope you're doing good.
if we
Just kiss already.
Comic-Con together, guys. It's
I
gonna
wish
be-
that guy was here so that you can trade places with him.
Ouch.
Yeah, Nate, you're in my spot. Piss off.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I was saying that at the beginning, man. No one heard me. I was saying at the beginning. You should be next to each other.
Oh God.
Do you need to take us to the back room and rearrange us so that they can?
Yeah,
be
I
next to
know.
each other?
I was just thinking about that.
Fix that.
Just going to say, let's move on. It's a bit awkward now, don't you think?
Oh my God.
Next subject.
Oh, it's fine.
Did we lose all our audience? Did they just?
No.
I think so.
We just gained audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the white crowd now. We got the white crowd.
Yes. We're going mainstream, baby.
That's right.
Announce the boy band now.
Yeah.
I found a bunch of my really early comics the other day. This is one of the first comics I ever got. It's been moved like 85 times, so the fact that it's still here is pretty cool. Another Rob Liefeld piece. I just saw it in the corner and I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. We're talking about him and he's right behind me.
I miss
Rob Liefeld's
annual
right behind
comics.
you. Ooh.
I'm not going to try and mess with that right now. I'll come over here. Yeah, I've got a whole box of indies over here as well. So I've got to go through
wait.
those.
Me too. I got a stack.
This one's really cool. Road to Valhalla. I found them on Kickstarter, and this is going to sound bad. The only reason I backed it was I saw they were from Clinton, Connecticut, which is where I was born, and I don't know anybody from Clinton, Connecticut. And then I got the book, and it's actually really cool. So I'm kind of happy I backed it. It was that down the rough, but I was like, you guys are from Connecticut. I'm going to give you money just because I don't know anybody else from Connecticut in my hometown that's doing stuff. So we have 2 stoplights, I think. So, there's like 10 people. I'm pretty sure I might actually know the person, but they didn't respond to me on Kickstarter. So whatever. It is what it is.
That means that they do know you.
Actually, that is a good point.
Yeah.
I didn't do too well. That's why I moved 12 hours away.
Oh, Big Dan's in here. Dan Price.
Oh, nice.
What's up, Dano?
We got like 10 or 11 people watching at the same time, which is cool.
Yep.
Also, Friday night, and I know Pops has a show going on, and I think Indie Comics Dispatch has a show going on. So there's probably going to be some people that just watch this tomorrow. So
we always seem to do well. From the analytics side, like I can tell you, we always do pretty well after the fact. So if you've been sitting with us for the last 49 minutes in anticipation of this, thing we've been posting about all week, thank you. I'm going to give it. We got 10 more minutes. We're going to top of the hour. We're going to discuss this. But let's see, 9 people in here. Yep. got 11 now.
Nice. Sorry, I had this thought in my head, and then I got distracted because I saw Dennis put a fist bump in there. Oh, we got another.
It's Dan, man.
The book that was done in a week. Yeah. So real quick, we got 10 minutes. What do we have coming up? Because Jason, you finished. You're fulfilling right now. I think you just shipped out your books. Right?
I am fulfilling right now. Yep.
And you have plans for Indiegogo?
I do. I did initially think Chris and you and I spoke about this on my way home from work today. I did initially say I was going to probably launch it on the 30th of April. I may push it back a week or more, just because I want to get all these Kickstarter rewards out and done, so I can solely focus on the Indiegogo. So I think we may push that date back. I'm still contemplating it, so we'll see. But it looks likely. That's the only reason. I just want to get everyone for the Kickstarter. I'm going to get that all taken care of, get that out to everyone that wants a book, because they've already started arriving at people's homes and stuff already. And so it's getting there. So once that's done, we're good to go. So and then I'll probably launch Indiegogo. So
Jesse, you have you're in the process of finishing out your books from your Kickstarter, correct? You've started receiving some of the stretch
all
goals
the
and
books
stuff.
are finished. All the art is done, lettering, everything. It's all done. And actually, right now, I'm just in the process of getting all the files to Aaron over at Digital Universe. You guys all saw today on Instagram. I got some of the stretch goal items in. I'm very excited about. They look great. They're from Sticker Mule, and I got a free bottle of hot sauce for each one, which is awesome.
Oh hell
yeah,
yeah!
sticker. I have like 10.
You're
I have so much stuff from
Jack.
Sticker Mule. Sticker Mule is awesome.
Yeah, Sticker Mule is great. But yeah, so fulfillment is right now in the production process, so everything's working. Aaron's working on stuff with the printing, stretch goals wise. I got everything at the house, and yeah, that's all going really well. And therein lies a small announcement where I've spoken with my artist Zoran Jovic. He's gonna kill me. And we go full-fledged into continued production on Burlap Volume 2 May 1st.
Oh,
so that's
nice.
We've got like 5 pages under our belt, and then he got some other jobs going on. And so he's going right back to Burlap on May 1st, and then you'll see that hitting Kickstarter in the fall. Burlap Postmortem Part 1. So that's what we got going over here.
Awesome. Nick, you have Indiegogo going right now?
Yes, I do, sir. It is currently got 11 days left. The fun thing about Indiegogo, if you're unfamiliar with it, is you can extend it from another 30 days. And if you hit your goal that you have, especially if you're on a fixed one, it can go into an in-demand thing. So one of the things that I deliberated with some of my people was that once we hit the in-demand phase, we're going to reduce a lot of the products that are on there. So like right now, we're offering a specialty deluxe version of Chapter 3, which is going to have about close to like 38 extra pages, some back matter with like concept designs and a bunch of other stuff that will never be printed in this style. And it's got a unique one-time cover that we're doing that was done by Stephen Cummings from he's a Marvel artist. He's worked with Jim Zub on like Wayward, and he's doing Young Squadron with him coming up here real soon. So that cover will never be reprinted. This is just a backer exclusive for whatever campaign if you're on Kickstarter or Indiegogo. So once we are done with the current Indiegogo run for your last chance, it will go straight into in-demand, and that will be gone. That will no longer be available. And then it'll just kind of go into a pre-order phase. It'll just be what we're printing. And so just got done talking to my writers last week. We're kind of working on getting some our plan set up for the rest of the year. So once Chapter 3 is fulfilled and in people's hands, we're going to be going straight into the next thing. So we're just kind of, that's that Danny DeVito back out.
Is that Danny DeVito?
Hey, listen, I personally think that should be a cutout of Jack.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I think that needs to
A little
happen.
bit bigger though.
We can make that happen.
Life size.
Yeah, yeah, you want a life size one.
The right body shape.
That's about life size in his hands. Danny DeVito. Well,
Just want to hear him making like a penguin squawk or something.
you guys have been your Indiegogo's fully funded now, Nick?
Yes, yeah. I'm not really advertising a whole lot because it's just kind of like a last chance for like people that missed out on the Kickstarter and want to get in on this one. So it's I'm putting less emphasis on it because right now I'm trying to gear up the Patreon. I got something I'm going to be releasing an announcement on Monday. So if you're part of the Patreon, there's going to be something really cool dropping for the month of May that people will get if they are charged correctly. So Patreon's kind of a new venture. I've been talking to a lot of people about how to manage that, and so we're kind of still in the beta phase, and we're trying to get it to where it's more locked into more of a rotating. So the plan is at some point there to release something every other month in some sort of physical form or a continuation, so that you're always getting content. Like every day, you're getting some sort of content. So I'm just kind of reformatting stuff. So like if you sign up for $1, you're gonna get like pages as they're being worked on, blog-like sort of stuff. So you can kind of get the creative process. And if you go at like the $5 level, you're getting actual concepts as they're being designed, in more in-depth to scenes and like videos, kind of exploring the process, talking about creator things. Like if you're a creator and you just are looking to learn the ropes of stuff, it'll be kind of like a lot of one-on-one mentoring in some of those cases, videos that are geared towards your process and your creativity and helping you navigate the independent scene. Since we've had so many new things going on, like how do you navigate Kickstarter? How do you navigate Indiegogo? How do you market your book? How do you manage to network with other creators? And I think like what we're all talking about here, this, the SSB here is a great way to network within our group and talk to each other. Like we've all been talking about like how we all, we might give jabs to each other and we're all goofing and we're being very silly here, but there's some very serious moments in our chats where we're just like, last night Chris was asking for advice on something and a lot of us chimed in and said, hey, I think this looks better if you do it this way. And I think what he had originally was good, but a bunch of us helped him bring it to another level and just really gave it that little something that now it looks really nice.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I was like half awake and I was like, oh, I think I'm done. I was like, oh, those are really good ideas. Awesome.
But yeah, so
Jerry, you are in the process of finishing up and fulfilling your Kickstarters?
Yeah, I got the sample book that came in.
Nice.
I always order a sample book before I get it, mass made, because I just, want to make sure everything's in order and it looks right. Because, as you buy this book, you're going to get a bunch of fan art that I've had done in the past, included with the, obviously, artist's Instagram. Yeah, that right there.
Genius.
Name on it, because once again, Instagram was this Kickstarter was about obviously funding my book and also shout out to other artists and creators out there as well. So there'll be a lot coming once the awards are fulfilled and I'm sending it out there. A little extras that wasn't mentioned in Kickstarter will also be in the things as well. So look forward to it. And as of right now, because I always tell you guys that I like to share bad moments as well. So that way other people that watch this see that, this is not just paradise. We go through downfalls and we rise above, the occasion. So me and my current artist have parted ways. So I am currently searching for a new artist to continue the Element story. So I have about 3 other artists in line that I'm screening and working with right now and stuff, but very positive about them. I'm looking forward to pushing the story, continuing. If I could make it work, I'll have 2 artists working on issues 2 and issue 3 at the same time, so that way I can turn out 2 books, within the year. But we gotta wait and see how that goes.
Cool. We're here to support you and help you in any way. As far as the artist stuff goes, you're a very unique case where you need a manga style artist. I can't help you on that one. And Brian, you just joined. I noticed it's 9:03. I wasn't trying to interrupt Jerry. So without any further ado, Jack, we'll pick up with you after we do this really cool announcement. Jason, can you play our announcement video for everyone, please?
I can. I will play it right now.
I like how I'm right in the middle now, by the way.
Coming so cool.
I'm gonna start it again. So there it is.
That's it.
Let's go.
We have officially signed with Golden Distribution which is one of the largest wholesale distributors for hobby games. So what that means for everybody is you can now get all of our SSB books from retail locations. These books will be completely different from what you get on our Kickstarters. And now that I can finally elaborate on this, this is what separates SSB from Homebrewed, BMR, Pharaoh's Creative Studios, and so on. When you buy an SSB book, you are going to have an SSB cover. You will purchase an actual retail edition of the book. So this opens up a lot for retail customers, for collectors, and our ultimate goal is to create long-lasting partnerships with these retail locations, so that way we can help drive customers to their store to pick up these SSB books, and also for them to promote us to their customers. I think one of the biggest challenges indie creators have is growing their fan base. And this was our way of getting off of Kickstarter, getting off of Instagram, Facebook, social media, and getting into the hands of the actual readers. So if you're watching this, come tomorrow morning, whatever day this is for you, if you're in the future, like some of us on here, go to your local comic book store, ask them if they can get SSB books from Golden Distribution. If you need a contact for Golden Distribution, we will have that available very soon for the sales team over there. They will be pushing our books pretty hard and have already started talking to some stores. And we have a lot of cool stuff in the works. I personally have been trying to design some pop displays, some counter pops. So when you walk in, you'll actually see, SSB books right there. And so yeah, I'm gonna. If you got questions, comments, things like that, put them in the chat there. Yeah, but please. The SSB is not into that question. What makes us different from Concrete and the other groups is we are not a universe. We are not just a bunch of creators that are working together. Those groups are doing well, and I actually, I will say high praise for them for working with so many different creators in the same universe. Yep. Like Covenant, that's a tough thing to do. Me personally, having other people play in my sandbox of sorts is kind of tough because of the rules of my universe. So more power to those teams. Our outlet is strictly for retail. So in another, I'll just go ahead into this. I think this is a good time to say it. We've had a few people request to join the SSB. We appreciate that, but right now, Q2, this is Q2 for us as far as sales numbers go. We have Q2 and Q3 planned for the year. We may look at, fourth quarter, bringing on somebody else. But as for right now, our sole focus is really to get the 10 creators you see here, their books in the stores, and really push our brand and our products. And I think that for us to be successful, we need to be able to focus on what we have in front of us. And then once we see some success and we have a road, a map in front of us, then we can really start looking at some other submissions and things like that. But in the meantime, go ahead. You can, inbox us if you'd like, and we'll keep our eye out. We're just not trying to bring anybody on right now and make it, as you can see, getting 10 people in one chat is tough enough. I can't imagine what it'll be like in a year from now. I've actually personally spoken to quite a few stores that love what we're doing. We have plans for a street team. So I think Dennis is going to be working on that for us, right? Yep.
I got you, brother.
Keep an eye out. Another great thing about having 10 creators in the same group is each of us have a different skill set, and we're going to be each kind of like chipping in different ways. Jason is going to be in charge of most of our communication and really the front man of the band, of the boy band over here.
Jack Tony. That's who I am.
Yep. And I had somebody ask me if we had like an editor in chief one day, and we do not. Maybe one day I'll see if Jesse wants to take up that task. But for right now, no, there's nothing like that. This is strictly for us to get into some retail stores and promote the products we have. I think a few of us have. We've done different covers. That's a big thing. You're going to see different covers in retail, and you're going to be picking up a retail product. This isn't going to be like our Kickstarter. So, we can kind of cut down on costs there because we're not going to have filler pages and the bonuses stuff. So when you see the Kickstarters, definitely pay attention to those. But you're going to be able to get a different product in the store at a good price point.
$5,000.
Yeah, $5,000.
Yeah.
Only $5,000.
$1 million.
I think we should actually adjust that a little bit. And whatever the stimulus checks are, is what our books are going to cost. So that way you can use your stimulus wisely.
$4,999.
There you go. You got a deal.
I used the 1 million doll hairs to my daughter yesterday, and she goes, "Did you say doll hair?" I'm like, "Oh, I should have aged." I'm like, never mind. The tag off what Chris said really quick too. This is about the SSB. Like this is something, like he said, it's been in the works for a good long time, and we'll discuss the origins of it too. But just so people understand, like Chris said, it's not, we don't share a universe, so this doesn't I don't have to ask permission from anybody else if we want to do a crossover, or the fellas don't have to ask permission to do a crossover with somebody else. There is no authority in the sense that where everyone's going to be like, well, you can't do that, or if you do that, I own your character, or some silly shit like that. It's basically, this is for distribution, and like I said, I know Chris. I just want people to understand that, because I know we all have crossovers in the works with other, and people and things like that, and other iterations of stuff. I want people to understand. I want the fans out there, or even just the viewers of Phalanx, are just tuning in for this, just to understand that this is different than what you may see out there on Instagram with other creators. So just so you understand. Chris, correct me if I said anything incorrect, because you are, but I think
no, you got it right on the head. This is, something we've been kind of in the works for a while, and I think when you invited me in, I had this idea, and I think that I kind of pressured and strong-armed you guys and was like, "Hey, we should do this."
Jesse and I kind of had a similar idea at one point, where we did talk about it, like trying to create like almost like a guy, we kidded about it, but yeah, Chris, you came in like a hammer, and we're like, "Oh no, this is how we're gonna do it. If you guys don't like it, you're out." And we're like, "Wait, but it's our group," and you're like, "It doesn't matter. It's how it is." I'm like, so I was like, "All right."
Well,
so we're like,
that. Wingless versus Phalanx.
Yes, Brian. Yes.
I really love what Wingless is doing over there. You guys,
I love
really
everything
cool.
that Brian does.
Yeah,
Brian knows. He knows that, he knows how I feel about him.
So yeah. In the grand scheme of things, this has been in the works for quite a while. I know we announced our group around the same time as a lot of other people. That was kind of coincidental. That had nothing to do with any of that. That was just purely coincidental that the time frames lined up, and each one of our groups is doing our own thing, and that's great. And I think we're all doing well for the indie community. For us, this is just what we feel is the best path for growth. And thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. I had a few people ask why we didn't reach out to like Diamond or some of the other distributors. And I'll be honest, I actually looked at them. I got a lot of those contracts and I read them. Profit margins are honestly terrible for creators there. I think
Diamond is bad.
We would lose money to work with them. And
can I jump in for a second?
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
a
You
lot of
have
things
a
that
lot of
people don't
experience
know.
with that.
Yeah, so a lot of things that people don't know about Diamond is they have a no return policy. That if they send you your order and it's damaged, it's all on you. That's your product. That's how you get it. You don't have it like you can't call and be like, "Hey, I've got hundreds of copies of my product that are just damaged." They're like, "Yeah, okay, good luck," and then that's how it is. I've heard
That's
numerous
ridiculous.
stories about that. It's such a that's why so many of them are trying to walk away from them because of such bad business practices. And that's why you're seeing DC going to a whole entire different company and Marvel going to was it Roundhouse Penguin House distribution.
Penguin.
So now Diamond has to go with third parties to deal with their bread and butter, the longest term. And so you're going to be seeing some big game changers, which I think this is the best time for us to come into shops right now because there's huge waves going across the industry. And so for us to be able to get into the comic shops now, we have a better chance to get in front of people. And if this was happening last year, I'd say this is probably going to be really hard. But this year, there's a lot more waves happening and a lot more unsettling things are going on. So this is a great opportunity.
Yeah, I've talked to quite a few stores who like our business model, like the goal that we're trying to achieve. And I mean, I personally, and I speak for the team on a lot of this stuff because I think I have a bigger hand in some of the retail outlets. But the ultimate goal is to drive the traffic there and really promote the retail outlets to our fans and our connections. Like I said, street team, getting people out there that will promote the name. I am a product of the 90s, and back when Roadrunner Records had a street team, I was one of their street team members out there pushing those metal bands and getting the tapes and all that stuff. And I actually remember how cool it was to have that street team shirt and the hat. And this was back when I had tapes. I had God, when 1-8 becomes 2 zeros, it's if you know the album, more cool. But I remember that album, and it was just really cool to be on that street team and have that kind of connection to the bands I really liked. And so I feel like if we can branch out, get a street team going that is active in different states, we're going to be able to, really grow our brand, grow the retail outlets, and provide a service that you wouldn't get. And again, on the Diamond side, I looked at their contract. We would lose money, and I personally feel like we would be buried in that catalog. I know a few people that have had like a good luck on the previews, and they've sold, quite a few books, and that's great. I think they have the people I know in those categories do have kind of niche books that stand out. I love my characters, but I don't stand out in a way that I feel that I can sell 350,000 on Diamond and make a dent. Not that I'm not proud of,
If I could jump in there, knowing several people, even like Brian Polito, who are in previews, they say that it's a huge money loss leader for them because they make more money off of their Kickstarters because they consider the previews to be more of a marketing advantage to getting their stuff seen by a wider audience that normally wouldn't see it within that grouping. They actually say their time in previews doesn't net them any profit half the time, but because they have to sell such a certain quantity for it to actually make any sort of difference. So it's such a weird situation, such a weird game.
Yeah, Diamond's going to have to change their business practices because even the stores that I've talked to that deal with Diamond, and they're partnered with I want to say Alliance distributors as well. I think they're all in one umbrella. They're not doing well. A lot. I talk to people that work with Alliance a lot, and they've been dropping the ball. Diamond's been dropping the ball, and I know Golden is not even known for comic books, but they do have a lot of very niche products, and they've done well with Kickstarter brands. If you are familiar with the game MetaZoo, it's kind of, they have the exclusive on that, and it's gotten quite a few new customers going their way. They're growing to the point where they actually have to build a facility now. So I think it's a good move. I think that it's a good growing point for us. It's going to allow us nationwide distribution. They do have worldwide. I will be honest. If you go to your comic book store and say, "Hey, I want you to buy a few a few SSB books from from the States and send them over to, like, say, Australia, you're going to get buried in shipping costs, and I don't know if it's going to be worthwhile unless they order quite a bit from Golden. That's that's an option. But in the U.S. nationwide, I think right now we have a good chance of growing and building this channel. This I consider for Homebrewed. I consider SSB our retail channel. This is where you're going to get our retail books. This is where you're going to get some retail exclusive content. And if I can, maybe we'll branch off. We'll get some merchandise in there eventually. I know comic stores thrive on things other than comics too. So yeah,
absolutely.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, Brian, always dropping the knowledge.
Yep.
I still want to see that show, Brian. Brian hates everything. I think you need to create your own YouTube channel.
I tune in for that.
So would I.
Yep.
I totally want it.
So sound off in the comments if you want.
Yeah, ask away.
9:30 at night on a Friday, and Mortal Kombat's out, so you're probably distracted with fatalities.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that movie.
Don't even tell me.
Yeah, relax. Yeah. Not yet. Not yet.
There's punching and there's kicking. Yeah, I spoiled it.
Oh God, I know everything.
In the meantime, Jesse, you want to talk about how the whole SSB thing came around?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, once upon a time, there were two indie creators, Jason Farrow and James Bay.
Get a little closer to your
And so, when I first came on the scene with indie comics on Instagram specifically, they give you a lot of suggestions of who to follow. And one of the first suggestions I got was the Convictor Instagram page, which at that point, me and Jason maybe had 500 followers between us. And I followed him. I loved the look of the character, and me and him started chatting. And that started this great friendship. And we were talking about crossovers. And that's really where it all started. Was me and Jason were like, we want our characters to meet and have these awesome crossover fun books where there's all this zany stuff outside of our individual universes. Because I was over at Covenant and he had Pharaohverse, and what we decided was we would create this landscape where indie characters, specifically Burlap and Convictor at this point, could meet and have these great stories, but not mess with the continuity of our individual universes. And we found that place, and we're like, okay, what do we call this? What do we call this little area where our completely separate fictional characters can, intertwine and meet and coexist? And at one point, Jason said in a chat, he was like, everyone's dying to know our secret squirrel bullshit.
Yeah.
Secret
bullshit. Yep.
The very first iteration of SSB. And I caught that line he said, and later on, I'm like, that's what we're going to call our universe. We're going to call it Secret Squirrel Bullshit. And it's a still universe where Burlap and Covenant and the Convictor from Pharaohverse could meet and have adventures and have fun little nods to each of our universes without getting involved in Convictor Resurgence or Burlap Volume 1. It was just
continuity.
Yeah, exactly. This little place out of continuity where our characters could exist. And for a while, that's just what it was. This little space where the Convictor and Burlap could beat the crap out of each other and then beat the crap out of villains and stuff like that. And on the way, Jason and I met more creators. And each time we met someone awesome that, we felt kind of kindred with, we'd bring them into the chat. And the very first, of course, was Dennis. Valencia, right beneath me, where he did some amazing fan art of the burlap villains. I call them the depraved, and he did an individual art of each one, starting from Cottontail all the way to Bones, Chuckles, and then he discovered the Convictor through our interactions, and he did some Convictor fan art. And if anyone here is like, a Convictor fan from the beginning, you know that piece in the sewer with that green turtle-like arm in the forefront, and then the three of us just started talking together about this little plane of existence where our fictional characters could exist. And then, Jason says to me, "Oh, hey, Chris from Homebrewed." Of course, I knew Chris from Homebrewed because me and him had discovered each other very similarly to how me and Jason met, and talking about printing and just about the indie comics industry in general. And him and Jason had started talking. So then Chris comes into the fold and changes the whole game with his business savvy and his, connections and just that know-how.
Strong arm's a good word.
How to get this little, like I said, this little plane of existence where me, Jason, and Dennis were just playing and turn it into something more. And that's really where it took off to where it is today, including bringing on the rest of Covenant, the Slate Boys. But my fondest memory is where Jason says to me, he's like, "Hey, if we're going to do this legit with Chris and everybody, we got to change the name from Secret Squirrel Bullshit to something else. We keep the initials SSB, but we got to figure out something else." So I was racking my brain. I think Jason recommended something like superhero something. Book.
Super something.
Yeah. And I just got this idea in my head where I was thinking about the concept of all these amazing indie creators and their fantastic characters, the Slate, BMR, Homebrewed, Pharaohverse, everything. And I was like, and Jerry with E4, and I'm like, what could we say that really encompasses this coming together of all these individuals? And my thought was like kids playing in a sandbox where you got all these different kids from different backgrounds and different homes playing in the same playground. And of course, a lot of our books are rooted in this badass, either, like I said earlier, all these different genres: horror, fantasy, action, adventure, suspense, vigilantes and stuff like that. So I thought Savage Sandbox, because that just brought it all together.
It was too perfect. Once you said it, it was perfect. It was perfect.
And literally, and Jason, who shot down 6 of my ideas for the name of his show, which would become Convictor Crossfire, goes, "Yes, Savage Sandbox, perfect." And it just encompassed it perfectly, where it was all these different ideas coming and then it just bloomed, and that's where we are today, where this fun little thing where two indie creators who loved each other's characters just wanted them to coexist and just tell fun stories together turned into this amazing group of people. And Chris, of course, brought so much of the business into it, and so much
absolutely
with everything he suggested, and then just made it a reality. We started as just this group of friends that were talking about our characters. Now we're a group of creators. We're a group of individuals and professionals who are working together and getting our books out to the world in stores literally all over the world. It's not just like Chris said, it's not confined to America. You'll be able to get Crypt books and Burlap books, Covenant books, Slate books, E4 books, Pharaohverse books, all over it. And that's all thanks to the coming together of every single person in this group to create such a faction of like-minded individuals who just want to support each other and get each other's work out there. And that's, to me, the heart of indie, where we're all just trying to help each other get to that point. We're not competing with each other. We're not any of that. We're just supporting each other and bringing it to that level. And that's where we're at with this announcement. Golden distribution.
And we're very lucky to have everybody. And speaking of, JD has a prior engagement he has to get to.
Oh, I'm good for like
Jesse
another
already left in the midst
half hour.
of the speech.
Oh, you're good for another half hour? Okay.
Yeah, I'm good for another half
Jesse
hour.
Chisholm had to go. And then JD, I know you will eventually have to go.
I'm good.
Jesse's just threw a smoke bomb and disappeared. Yeah. He's just like...
to our boy band song and Jesse.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we were going to sing, but I guess not. All right, thanks, Jesse.
Harmonize.
Jesse is absolutely correct. I am very fortunate to be surrounded by the folks here in this chat, in this video, because we all have similar goals, we have similar views, we have similar we have a similar tunnel vision, almost in a sense, for where we want to go, and I think we just gravitate. I'm not a guy that believes things happen for a reason, but the last 6 months, I've kind of come to the conclusion that yes, things do happen for a reason, and this is definitely proof of that. I am surrounded by people that lift me up and support and just fuel my passion, and I think we all feel the same way about each other, the same way, and we're all there. If one of us are down, we're all there, and we're all ready to pick up any slack that's there. And like I said, I couldn't feel more fortunate. I think, like I said, I do definitely believe that everything that we have now was predestined in a way, and so I'm I feel very fortunate, and so again, you guys got questions, but Brian had one. Chris answered it in the chat.
Yeah, sorry, I was typing that as you put up. I'll put up in a few.
Yeah, that's okay. No worries.
I'll kind of elaborate on that piece too. So,
want me to put it up? I'll put it up here.
Yeah, you can put it up. Put his question up, because it was a good question.
Brian always got the good questions.
Yeah, and this is the forum for it. And if you watch this later and you have a question, please reach out to us individually, or any one of us can really answer it.
We promise not to answer them.
But we don't have any say in what each other's Kickstarter schedule is. Now, out of how do I put this? We do try to coordinate in a way where we ask, hey, what Kickstarters, what crowdfunding ventures do we have coming up? So, for instance, I know JD is about to launch Crossbones issue 4 in the beginning of May. And originally I had planned on putting up issue 4 in early May, but we're fulfilling in May for our Indiegogo. So I want to wait until we fulfill all the books from the Indiegogo until I launch Crit 4. So that should be the end of May. Bearing everything goes well. Nate, I'm sure we can talk offline, make sure that we're going to get a timeline from you guys. But, I'm not going to try and launch the same day as JD, so we're competing because we're a lot of us have different fans, but we do also share a core fan base because we've promoted each other pretty heavily. And I don't think it's a good business practice for us to launch the same day or the same week. So
you don't want to overtax your fans either.
Correct.
You're just like,
So, he's going to launch at the beginning of May. I'm going to launch towards the end of his campaign. I think Jason said he's going to be looking around a similar time frame for his Indiegogo. And so, we're not trying to launch at the same time. I think Nick and I had coinciding campaigns for Demon Hunter Raven and Crit on Indiegogo, but we also promoted each other's stuff, and we didn't launch the same day. We just had it kind of at the same time.
I've done it, though, that sometimes that can be a blessing in disguise, because even though you may have the same audience, but let's say they both back the same thing, and maybe you have like a joint print that if you've backed both campaigns, hey, we're going to throw in this cool print that you can only get exclusively if you've backed both. So there are a few things that I know have been talked through the channels, but it's just, again, it's that networking, scheduling, timing it out. I've done that with a few other people, and it's just merely timing, like, okay, and whose name is on whose, and double checking stuff. But it can be a cool opportunity to reward your fans as well.
Yeah, we don't dictate how each other handle our schedules. It's all up to each of us. And I think that we've given input on timeframes and what we think is a better venture. If someone asks, if somebody says, "Hey, do you think I should launch here or there?" We'll look at it logistically and say probably safer to run around this time. But if Nick calls me up and messages me in one of the platforms and says, "Hey, I'm going to launch my campaign tomorrow," I'm not going to say, "You can't do that."
Yeah, right.
Watch me.
Yep. No, there's no. The only real.
You
I think
don't.
we had three rules for the SSB. The first and foremost is support each other. So if we do have crowdfunding campaigns, or if we have something that we're trying to, get some information out, like it, comment on it, share it, help fight the algorithm together. So that was like our first. It's not even a rule. It's just a, group suggestion. If I don't see Nick like, comment, and share on my stuff, well, he's not really busy on Instagram. If Jesse isn't sharing my stuff, again, these guys work full-time jobs. So I'm not upset. When they get online, though, I always see everybody share my stuff and Jason's stuff, and we all do a good job of promoting each other. That was the first thing. Second thing was pretty much don't be a douchebag to each other. I think that goes without saying. Treat each other kindly. And last,
wait, I never heard that rule.
I wrote that one specifically for you.
That's bullshit. I'm out.
He's back. See, that's how big of a douchebag he is. He won't even leave.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, that's right. Stir that pot. That's me.
But and the last one was just to create the best content you can, because again, this is going to go to retail stores, and I don't really feel confident in publishing a book that was drawn in crayon. So we don't want to put that out there.
Man,
I told you I'd pick it.
It took me the second hour, but there it is.
I actually ordered a freaking crayon shirt for tonight, and it didn't show up. I think that was God telling me not to be a douchebag.
There we go.
He's got the full costume ready to go.
Yep. That's that Savage in the Savage Sandbox right there.
Yeah, of course. That was the other rule. That's the unwritten rule. Yeah.
Yep. But this is like a no holds barred. I'm never gonna say anything negative to one of my peers about something they're doing. I do confidently think that each one of us could reach out to the other and say, "Hey, I think creatively maybe you could change this," and it wouldn't hurt any of our feelings.
Right.
But that's only if the request is there. I'm never gonna message Jason and say, "Hey man, the letters on your book suck. You need to change them." Because I do them. But even if I didn't, I wouldn't do that. We just do ask for everyone to produce quality content, because at the end of the day, retail stores are going to get this, and we don't want to be promoting work that we wouldn't be proud of ourselves. So, and when we brought everybody into this group, not one person in here was a question. To be honest, I've seen everybody's work. Nate, you put a book out in 3 weeks that looked like you put 3 months into it. So, I have no.
Or 6. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have no question about the quality of your guys' work.
There it is.
So yeah, and when we go into the next phase of creators, that is something we're going to look for. So
yeah,
if it, and this is a word to everybody. If you're out there asking for money from people, yeah, look at that. Literally, that's. You said you put a week into that, right?
A week.
Yeah, freaking phenomenal. But
savage.
To any creators out there that are looking to, submit or talk to us, please, we're pretty active on social media, but the one thing I will say is this is a retail outlet. So if you think that your stuff would be good on a shelf, sitting next to, look at Wingless. That's a high quality product. Would you want to put your book next to Wingless? Would you feel confident doing that?
Yeah.
What?
High quality is an understatement.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, like even them, we brought up Concrete earlier. Those guys, they have high quality products that are hidden in shelves. And I think they actually have their own.
Stovern is amazing.
I can list a whole ton of creators out there that if I walked into a comic book shop, I wouldn't be surprised to see their book there.
Yeah.
So, to anybody that's looking to be part of this, ask yourself that. If I put my book next to this, would it look good? And that's something I question myself every day when I'm making my book. Is this going to be good next to Convictor, next to Burlap, And to that fact, Burlap sold 80 copies in a day?
Everything. All of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hats off to you, sir. So, and that's a victory that I do share when I'm talking to stores. Like we have Burlap who sold out in a day, 80 copies. So I'm really stoked for this. I've been trying to keep my mouth shut on it.
It was hard, man. It was so hard.
It is very hard.
Just real quick before I lose my train of thought, because it happens because I'm old. Also, speaking to folks that are reaching out to us and asking about the Savage Sandbox and how they want to be a part of it and stuff like that, please understand, like, if you message the SSB Instagram and that the comment is read and you don't get back to you right away, don't take it personally. It's not a personal thing. It's something that we are not just one person that runs everything. We do have to agree on things and we discuss things. It's very much committee based. So I don't want anyone to think if you send us a message and we read it, we don't reply to you. You see that we read it and we don't reply to you instantly. Don't think that we're ignoring you. It's not that. And please don't think
me a message. Me ignoring it means I didn't.
Yeah. Well, we know about you, Nick. Yeah, we know. We have to get you through Facebook. We know that. But
I just sent smoke signals for this guy. What are you talking about?
Yeah. But if you reach out to, let's say you reach out to me personally, like that had just happened recently, and I answered the creator, and we talked about it. So please don't think that no one's ignoring you. We're not bigger than anyone, and I don't want anyone to ever believe that, because we're not trying. We don't feel. We're all humbled people, and we don't feel about ourselves. So we're not. Please don't think that that's what's going on. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, we might talk some shit every once in a while, but at the end of the day, I think the most tenured person in here is Nick. He's been doing this for like 15 years.
Yeah, he has.
And 30 now. 30. Yeah.
Oh, you're So 30 years he's been doing this. He got stuck.
Pushing 60 next week.
Oh, yeah, he's like Captain America. He was frozen in time.
Me too, Nick. Me too.
But for real, none of us in here know any more than anybody else. I think the collective mind is the only thing that keeps pushing us forward. Individually, we wouldn't be able to move like we are. So that's what the SSB is for, and that's what we're here. And
I don't think any one of us turn our nose at our fan base, because I think we all know we wouldn't have done so well on our respective crowdfunding or book sales or whatever without the supporters that we have. I mean, personally, speaking for myself, like I'll never forget that because of my journey, and I know everyone has their own journey, and we all feel the same, and that's why I like hanging out, and that's why I feel very kindred spirits with you guys, because we all feel like that, and that's a really big deal, because it keeps us grounded and keeps us understanding why we're doing what we're doing, and we're just trying to make not just SSB books in general, but indie comics in general. We want to make them the mainstay, and that is the ultimate goal.
I mean, my first book dropped in 2016, and that was it. Like, literally, Book Is Zero came out in 2016, and that was it.
My kid loves that book. She likes that book. She likes burlap better, my little girl. But
Did not show that.
oh, by the way, anybody, this is your
What?
first Phalanx. This is literally something that I say almost every time we have a show. But
Poor kid. Man, I know.
Yeah.
no, only Jesse's daughter reads burlap. My man getting stabbed at stoppers from doors.
Stab through the mouth.
Yeah, I won't let my kid read burlap. She
Yeah.
won't even watch a PG-13 movie. I think she'd cry.
I'll be the first person to say it. No children should read burlap.
One thing I
have the floor. Jason, I have the floor. I want to hear JD, Dennis, Nate, and Jack talk.
Dennis is just sitting there showing off his wall. That's all Dennis is doing. Dennis is flexing without flexing. That's literally what he's doing.
Talk about it.
Dennis is flexing hard, so hard right
Hey,
now.
I do want to say this. Listen, I do want to say this. Because it's such a big deal and it's such a great accomplishment for all of us, there are those people who aren't on here who have really helped us get to where we are.
Oh,
and
yeah,
whether it's
absolutely.
Mo or Chris Colorist, or all your guys, artists and colorists and letterers and editors, there's a bunch of guys who just won't get the shine that we're getting. But I just want to say thank you to those guys because they know who they are. And without those guys behind our backs, we won't be where we are. So just a huge announcement. Super proud. Yeah, and I just again I know Mo was on here, and I got a man crush on Mo, but those guys out there,
I think we all do. They all do.
Mo did a cover for the Indiegogo. It's freaking dope as hell.
Mo is
Picasso. That's who Mo is.
Picasso is right.
Picasso.
Mo is.
Speaking of, he just sent me a message on Instagram.
Looks like you're gonna get Mo on with Dennis now, like Jack and JD.
I did.
He's working on Slate Comics right now on our beast of a.
That thing's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
So, what? Yeah, wait, let me get this right, Chris. He's making a mural of all of our characters.
So,
it's crazy.
For those of you that don't know Mo Luzin, he is he's a traditional artist, and so he's putting together, I believe, 5. It might be 6. I have to look at the layout.
I think
5 or
8.
6, 11 by 17 pages.
Yeah,
side by side.
Unreal.
And I think they're 17 tall, so he can give himself enough room. And it's going to have, most, if not all, of our characters. He has, Conjure, Hellwolf, Convictor, my 4 guys, and my freaking cat. He actually put the cat on there.
You got the E4 guys and Clinton.
Yeah, Clinton. Yeah, that's what I said to Chris earlier. Yeah, I noticed that.
He has scoured our Instagrams to find the characters. He's looked at our books and done so much homework on this mural of a piece. And I can't say how amazing it looks.
Yeah.
There's a minimum of 2 characters per title in this, And when I first reached out to him, I pitched a couple from each. I think I pitched 2 of mine, 2 of Jason's, and the groups that had the big teams, picked 2 because it's a big piece. But he went out and did everybody. He even put bones on this thing, and so hats off to him. I can't thank him enough for his hard work and dedication to our brand. Cheers, cheers. We'll cheers to Mo.
Cheers to you, Mo. Cheers to Mo.
Because if I'm ever gonna speak so highly about someone like him, I'm also gonna say to everybody: if you hire the man and you ask him for work, please pay him. He has done more free work than any other artist of his caliber, and you should
burned. Yeah.
If you're reaching out to somebody who's just getting started and maybe they're still trying to find their style, and you say, "Hey, can you help me out?" They might work with you. Mo is a professional on many levels. He has he has books that have been published for 10 years. I think one of them's on Indie Planet.
Is it one Global Defense Force or something?
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah, it's a good book.
You should never reach out to this man and ask him for free work.
Nope.
Yeah.
Right there.
Pay the man.
Did you get it?
Listen, you get what you
Yeah,
pay
man.
for, and you will get every
I want a
penny
link.
worth you pay for. Dennis,
100%.
I will. You'll
That's-
get every penny worth you pay for Mo's work. Like I said, he did a cover for the Hunter's Moon that's going to Indiegogo, and it's the cat's tits, man. It's pretty badass, and
Yeah.
and
One of his
it's
covers framed
yeah.
right there.
Nice.
My crit issue 2.
Nice.
He produces art that's better than some of the stuff you see at the big two at the moment. Like, honestly, anyone that
Yeah,
reaches out and asks,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
anyone that asks
Absolutely.
for free work off of Mo is just an absolute dickhead. Honestly, truly, you're asking for
I
Yeah.
love you, Jack.
world-class quality work for free. Honestly, you got a couple
You don't
screws
ask
loose,
a
really.
published artist to work for free. Art is not free. All right, you got to understand that. You may think that's someone's time that they're taking away from with their family or their job or whatever. That's someone's time that they're putting on that piece of paper. And nothing pisses me off more if you don't pay the guy. Pay him.
Yes. Yep.
If you can't pay him, shut your freaking mouth and don't ask.
Yeah.
So
If he does a fan art for you, be
Right.
thankful. You know, like
right.
Sorry, for those of you watching, there was just a situation where he was taken advantage of, and it kind of bothered me because
It bothered all
Mo
of us.
is very close
us
to
all.
he's my cover artist on every one of my books, and it really bothered me that he reached out to me and just expressed that someone had kind of asked for free work after he had finished, and so not cool. Don't be a jerk like that. And also, hats off to Cristiano Cruz. He does colors for my book. He does colors for Hunter's Moon.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
covered for everything. Convictor's going to be coming from that,
So
it's been coming from him. So,
Colors
Yeah.
on that convicted cover done by
well, the cover, Dennis is,
Yep.
Cristiano's amazing. Like I
he's
said,
going to be on a lot of SFB stuff.
he saved my bacon. I'll tell you that. And he had to deal with me. I always say this all the time. What a prick I was. But anyway,
That was a beautiful book, man. That was a
Thank you,
beautiful
thank you,
book. The nice
thank you,
gritty inks with the nice beautiful colors, man. No, that
Yeah.
book it
And
does a great
what I like?
partnership, man.
You know what I like about Cristiano was he got the feeling when I drew the panel. He more times than not he understood the feeling of the panel. He understood with it, and usually if he put a background in it, it literally flowed. And in a lot of the panels, I didn't put a background because it was just like a big action shot or some big whatever. And he knew the right background to put in there. He knew it was like he was in my head, man. It was awesome. It was really awesome.
No, it did. It showed that you're both on the same wavelength, man. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful book.
Thank you. It's
Yeah.
coming, Jack. Don't worry. It's coming. I'll show you a package. It's coming. Don't worry.
Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, it's coming, bro. So-
Yeah, I gotta say, I was really happy when Cristiano, signed on for the Hunter's Moon project because I've worked with him, and when we started talking about Crit issue 3, he was like, "Can we make it look like one of the old Image books?" Because he knows that I grew up on the early Image books. And he threw some color palettes at me and was like, I really want it to look like this. And he sent me some examples. And I was just blown away. The guy pays attention to my interests. And, I've been a little picky. But again, I do have, I'll just use Boulder as my example. I love Terrell. But, we had to adjust some color tones because he's very picky about which blues are on Boulder. But I mean, it's his character. I'm never gonna argue with one of my guys on color choices because they are the character, even if it's literally just a shade darker. Love you, Terrell. But
man, those picky guys are the worst.
I haven't dealt with any of them.
Anyone that's that picky is a complete asshole.
I'm
talking about myself.
Just keep my mouth shut. I'm like, oh, that looks really good. I wonder what Jason's gonna say.
Yeah. Well, all right. Speaking of Dennis, the very first panel I sent to you that Cristiano colored. I will never forget what you said, but I want your impression right off the bat.
Which one was that? I'm trying to. Oh, was it?
It was the very
remind
first
me
time
which
he
one.
colored anything of mine, and I sent it to you. I said, "Hey, look at this! His first page came back, and I sent it to you." And
I think if
and I remember you. Yeah.
If I remember correctly, it was I remember looking at it just like, this is the perfect marriage of your art and his color. Like he could. It was.
That's
just,
exactly what you said.
It was meant to
that
be.
Is literally exactly.
Yeah, it was meant to be.
Yep.
Yeah, it's meant to be.
Yeah, exactly what you said.
Yeah.
He just the man was. He just gets it, man. He gets it.
Yeah.
So
there's very few people that can pick up a piece of work they've never worked on before and just say, "Okay, I'll run with this," and there you go. Make some adjustments along the way, and just like with anything, there's going to be an editing process.
Some adjustments from me. Well,
I give you hell about that, and at the same time, the quality of product at the very end, those little subtle things that you picked out, they do make a difference at the very end. So,
yeah. Well, like I said, he takes direction phenomenally, and he's very good at communicating, and that's key. That's a really a key piece of right there, that he communicates well. And so if I never had to wait to hear from him if I had a question or I need something changed. And he was very fast at changing it. And awesome. And
so, on the topic here, not to divert, but back to retail. We haven't really said what's available quarter one to retail stores. Does anybody want to take the reins on that, or do I just need to continue talking?
You keep talking. We don't want to take that away from you. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I just talk a lot, so I want to give somebody a chance. I know Jesus might be writing the Psalms over there, and Dennis is probably doing some leg workouts, and Jack and Nate are probably just living in the future and waiting their turn. So if anybody wants to chime in, jump me up.
We've already seen this.
Right on.
Well done.
That was amazing.
Well done.
I love that.
Yeah.
So when you guys, if you have made it to the hour and 52-minute mark without shutting us off, so when you go to your retail location, your local comic shop, your LCS, whatever you want to call it, even your hobby shops, because hobby shops are still looking into new ventures. So you go into your store and you say, "Hey, we want some SSB books." Right now we have the Crossbones 1, 2, and 3. We have Burlap issue 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have Hunter's Moon, the Elements issue 0 and 1, and Crit issue 0, 1, 2, and 3 are available for next month for fulfillment. So right now they are available for pre-order. And if you're asking, well, these books are, they're already done, why are they being pre-ordered? Again, we are changing some of the interior pages. I know myself, I'm adding and changing a few things. Jason is going to be changing a few things, and you're getting different covers. So we have to create the new cover art, so on and so forth, as well as get the books printed and sent to Golden so they can, get them out to stores. So, those are the titles that are available right now. For quarter 2, we will be adding Ether. We will be adding another issue of Crit, another issue of Crossbones. I believe we're going to be putting Nightmare Trilogy on there, right, Jesse? In quarter 2. And forgive me if I'm wrong, Nick, but you're going to be posting your stuff in quarter 3. Yep.
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2. Okay.
Is it 3? Is it 3?
Yeah, we're in the middle of quarter 2 right now. So
it would be 3, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So as we move forward, our catalog is going to grow, and that's good news for the stores because we're going to have continuous content. One thing that retail stores do want to see is, a good flow of content going into stores, and we're going to be able to facilitate that because we have so many different titles that we're working on. I think Slate is coming in Q4 this year. Am I right, guys?
Yep. Possibly
3 and 4.
Possibly 3 and 4.
Celestial Knight's coming in at 4, yeah.
Yep. So
awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna have by the end of the year, we'll have everybody on, the Golden site. And as of right now, you walk into your local store, you say, "I want SSB." They're gonna say, "Who is that?" Fair enough. Golden Distribution. You might hear, who is that? You can give them, any one of our contacts. I have my email address, Homebrewed Comics. They can reach out to me directly, and I can put them in touch with Golden. But it's golddist, GOLDDIST.com. That's the website. That's the distribution site. I believe they are at like 15,000 to 16,000 active stores in the U.S. So you might actually be at a store that they cater to. So send them to Golden Distribution. They can get our stuff there. Wholesale price, it is a 50% discount to the stores. That is a good discount because I believe Diamond only gives 30 to 40, if I'm not mistaken. And then Diamond takes like 15%. But they can reach out and get the books in. Pre-order right now. You'll get them in May. And then in June, we'll have a new list, June, July time. So get out there. Get the new editions of all of the books. If you're a collector, if you're a first-time viewer, it's a good way to get it because I do believe our retail copies are going to be a little bit cheaper than even our Kickstarter books. Yep. And to our Kickstarter people, we are using these are going to be on newsprint. So just to match our the big two because that's what they use. Even Image, they all print on newsprint. And so for retail. You may ask, why am I getting newsprint and not the 50-pound cardstock that we always get on the interior pages? Well, it boils down to cost, and that is why you see most of your big books and stuff even on that, because newsprint's cheap for them to use, and you're going to get to me, that's an exclusive book right there. You're getting a completely
absolutely. Yep.
So be on the lookout. Go to your local store. Tell me you want SSB. If you have any questions, comments, hit us up in the social medias, and we'll point you in the right direction.
Yeah. So we got a lot of stuff coming. A lot of things. Q4 is going to be banging for SSB.
Oh yeah,
without a doubt. I mean, we got Dennis's first book is going to be coming out, which is awesome. We're Slate. And
Dennis. How's
yes,
that
sir.
coming?
Dennis is calling right now.
How's your comic coming along?
It's getting there, man. If anything, trying to juggle. This is my schedule. I got one more commission. Actually, a commission for Indie Comic Dispatch. I'm waiting for the script from Jason because I'm pumped about Hellwolf. 20 pages long.
Hellwolf, Operation Sun Eater. That'll be out too.
Dude, some chaos, some dune buggies, some blood, and some guns.
Yeah.
Can rock that. And then it's all Celestial Knight from here on. Slate Comics, working on some crazy stuff. Got some cards coming out. We got some cons coming. Gonna start dropping some crazy Slate stuff. So stuff.
You want to talk about that?
We're gonna take it. Oh yeah, we're gonna take it to another level. So we're already looking at. Started looking at some cards. Rookie set. A Slate set. Love to get you guys onto that bandwagon. Actually looking. I mentioned to the guys, NFTs. Man, we're going future. It's all about digital. So let's look at some NFTs with these are original characters. Let's jump on that bandwagon. So NFTs, I'm a big believer in that because we are.
Funny, one of my friends at work actually sent me a whole write-up on NFTs the other day, and now you mention it, and I know there's a lot of demand around those. So you and I can talk offline about how to get that working.
Yeah, I did my first one. I let the boys know. So I'm kind of like putting my feet in the water just to feel it out. But the same thing with the baseball cards and trying to get I don't have a book, but I want to be able to drop a card on someone who I've talked about. When I give that elevator pitch, be like, here's my card, has my character, has Slate Comics, has SSB on it. Be like, follow us on Goldist. Get our name out there that way since I don't have my book yet until Q4. But just thinking of different ways to get that marketing out there. And then, of course, the street team. I've reached out to a couple of people who have large followings to carry our product, to carry our brand, who can represent us well and take us to that another level. So, like I said in a couple of the comments, this is just the beginning. It's crazy what we have accomplished in 1 year with a bunch of just jackasses saying dumb shit in private chats. But look what we've come to. But it's just the beginning. So it's crazy to just think about I was just some schmuck, drawing on a couch, watching videos. And then, I meet you guys, and next thing you know, look, I got this cool wall, and I feel accomplished, but at the same time, it's just the beginning, and it's just super exciting just to be sitting here. My 2 cents.
JD, you want to talk about Ether, Crossbones, future of the two titles from and all
Ten Commandments, maybe. Yeah, whatever. Whatever you want to talk about, bro. Yeah, whatever you want to talk about.
Order.
Yeah.
Diamond.
You can turn some blood into or some water into wine. That would be kind of nice.
That would be pretty awesome.
That'd be pretty sick. No, so Ether just finished up its Kickstarter earlier last month, I believe. So we're pumping out the rewards for that. The book's already completely finished, so we're just waiting on backer surveys to come back so we can, put the names in the thank you page, and then send out the digital rewards, and then talk to Aaron over at Digital Universe. And from there, it's just getting the books into the people's hands, and so that's always the fun part, is watching the people get get your product, get the book that they believed in to put money, with the thing that you're building, and so that's super exciting to see, and then as far as Crossbones is going, we are, what page are we on? We're at page 25 or 26. Almost finished. Yeah, it's almost finished with issue 4. It is altogether about 32, 33 pages. So yeah, I'm super excited about it. I always say it with every issue, but I think that this one is by far my favorite of the series so far. I think that we have 3 covers, 3-ish, hint, 3-ish covers for this book. So that one is coming to Kickstarter on May 11th, launching, and so I'm super excited. So yes, so that's what we got. Well, that's what we got for going for Crossbones and Ether so far. So yeah,
awesome. Jack, I want to hear from you. Talk to me about Cult. Talk to me about Slate Comics. I know Nate had to drop off; his battery was dying, so it falls on you, bro. I want to hear from you.
Good. All you guys have all got books out and stuff like that. So I know a lot of people see Slate Comics as like the tag along here, just riding the elevator. But we're working very hard. Like I said, we're our books will be coming out, quarter 3, quarter 4 sort of thing. But we've got 5 books lined up, ready to come out. We have my book I'm working on now, Cult's first story. Nate's work, like Nathan said at the start of the stream, he's pretty much finished Omen, but he's very meticulous with his work, so he'll probably redraw that book 100 more times before he releases it. So that's coming. We also have my other secondary character coming out this year. Chris, you'd know him, Lachlan Bradley. He done a panel for your
issue 3
last book, I think it was, and he's doing the art for that book for me. So I'm very, very happy and very, very honoured to have him doing that book. He's a great artist and a really good guy as well. So there's that. There's also Nathan's other book he's working on. I'm pretty sure it's the Eureka book. That's in its early development at the moment, and we're very excited. I love Dennis and his art, so we really can't wait for the Celestial Night. We've got the shirt as well. I had to get that made up. The shirt, the Ninja Turtles piece homage you did. As soon as you sent that through, I was in love with it. I was straight away made it my wallpaper on my phone. Got it printed on a shirt and everything. I love it.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, so we're working very hard. I was actually we have a local comic book shop here in Sydney. It's pretty much one of the last major ones we have. I've been in talks with them about when we finally do release our book, going down there and doing a day where we, sell our books and all that sort of thing, and show off the SSB brand and stuff here in Australia. That sort of thing. It's all in the works at the moment. We're working very hard, and just following in your guys' footsteps really at the moment.
Absolutely.
how do I put it? We not trying to pave the way, but we just got out first. I think one thing I will say
definitely have paved the way. Definitely,
you guys. So in comparison, right? You had 100 pages that I think you brought down to right about what 70.
Cut it in half. Cut it in half.
Yeah, you cut it in half.
First.
So in comparison, though, my books are anywhere from 26 to 30 pages. I'm not gonna speak for Nick because Nick kind of writes in chapters. So he writes, a novel. But I think for your first book outing, with a 50-page book, and I'm gonna say, man, the script's amazing. Both you and Nate both created, because I read Nate's script as well, and both of you guys have really strong first outings with your books.
Yeah.
To the point where I read it a couple times to make sure, that I was like, wow, I'm actually really enticed here. What did I miss? Because I'm the type of reader where I'm quick. I have a million things going on at the same time. I always like to go back and reread things. And on my second reading, both of you guys, it just built more anticipation. So really stoked for you guys. I keep moving around here and I'm looking in different positions.
love me some Colt for sure.
I love Colt.
Yeah.
Can't wait for them. And you guys are just powerhouses.
That
And
Green
on top of
Dragon character is cool too.
and on top of it, I know you're talking about your books coming out a little bit later. You guys did do a piece for me. So you guys technically would have a book out because your name's going to be on that as well.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna cross promote the heck out of you guys on that book and put Slate on the front of that piece as well because it deserves to be there.
We've actually put so much. We've really taken a lot of care with that book because it's not ours. Crit's already got this really mass following, and it's already a really great product. We kind of want to put our best and then some into that book. So we really are excited about that one as well. I think I've had more fun coloring that book than I have had drawing Colt. So if that's any consolation, anything.
Put a lot of stupid stuff in that script. So
I love it. It's great. It's fun, man. It's so fun.
I definitely agree with Chris was saying that you guys, you may not be putting a book out to Q4, but you were involved in so many of our other things. Mm-hmm. So it's a collective for sure. I mean, you guys, you and Nate have done work, and Chris have done work on the Hellwolf covers that'll eventually be happening, and then not to mention the Indiegogo for Hunter's Moon. Like you're doing a poster, Chris is doing a poster, Dennis is doing another cover, Mo's doing a cover, and so I mean we're all involved in each other's stuff, and that I think is gonna be a key to our overall success for sure. So I think no matter when one of our books comes out, like when Hunter's Moon was late, I still felt like I was a part of something because we were all in it together. We're all helping each other. We're all pushing each other forward. So without a doubt, like it doesn't matter when the book comes out. It's a collective, and we're all in it together. We're all going to succeed together for sure.
JD, you got to take off, bud?
Yeah, I got to get going. Sorry to cut you guys off.
No, you're not cutting
us off. It was super fun.
Cue Jesus Christ Superstar theme song. It's coming. All right.
Go with God.
He's gonna ride his 10 speed now.
So it's been guys, whatever you want to sign off on.
Yeah. On me?
Yeah.
Again, Crossbones is coming to Kickstarter May 30, or not 31st, sorry, 11th, which is a Tuesday, I believe.
Brian wants to cross promote if you're interested.
Yes.
Yeah,
please,
Brian.
Yes.
Brian.
I don't think I have your information, but
Wingless Comics or author Brian Lambert on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Awesome.
Yep.
Sweet. I'll hit you up. I gotta go. My wife is texting me.
All right, buddy.
But
take care, Brian. We'll get you in touch.
Awesome.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, bro.
It's been a blast. We should do this more.
There, man.
All right. See you, JD.
He's like 3 hours behind us, so it's like still daytime for him too. He's further in the past than we are.
So we're gonna whole mix. It's how many people in the Eastern Seaboard, and then you got Nick right smack in the middle of the country.
Yep. And we got Dennis is doing Celestial Night towards the end of the year, right, Dennis?
Yeah, boy. Can't wait for that.
Man. If anything, just got some roughs I just did. Just gotta pass them through. My editor, I'm coming again, same with the same roadblock I'm trying to get passed through, but as soon as I get this commission done for Indie Comic Dispatch, get this script from Jason for Hellwolf, it's Hellwolf and Celestial Knight full blast. That's all it's going to be about.
I told Dennis about Hellwolf. I'm like, hey, this is some of the things we're doing, locations and things that have been in the book. And Dennis is like, I got my work cut out for me.
Yeah, but I'm ready.
I was like, come on.
I'm ready.
Doom buggies are awesome.
Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Celestial Knight's gonna be the bomb. I can't wait. So I cannot wait. I can't wait for any. Cool. I can't wait for all your books.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. You know what's crazy is this. You know, I'm always thinking about the brand. Like you guys have your brands, and like what does my brand know? And the perception of my brand and the perception of everyone else's what my brand's all about. And like when I ask people or just people who followers what my brand is, and they're always like, just at least for now, it's kick-ass art. So I'm like, cool. Like I can ride that wave, but I want to take it to another level. So I look at you guys, where you guys are not just artists, but you guys are writers. And then the guys that are writers, how I can get into that little bit of world that you guys are in. So it's this crazy level of leveling up every single time and trying to build your brand. And Chris, I always look at you like, and Jason, like 5-tool players, like always 5-tool players, like writer, artist, like goddamn, like get to that level. How can I get to that level? But what's my brand and how am I developing that brand? And not just as an artist, but taking it to the next level. It's crazy. It's a good ride.
Well, you've already slammed the kick-ass art portion, just for what you've done for me and everybody else here, and those commissions that you did for Hunter's Moon. Like I delivered 2 of them yesterday and today, and people are stoked. Like I gave it to a 10-year-old little boy, one of them, and he actually I shared it on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook, and he's about it. Like he's all about it. And the artwork was bomb. They came, they look fantastic. He did a fantastic job framing them. And I love how you took a risk on art styles on each one, and they all paid off. They all are so much so. I was like, do they really need this? Maybe I need this for my wall, because there was a couple that were really. I mean, that I really wanted. So, but I
did. I did want to try a different technique and a different style.
Yeah,
and if I was going to do anything for someone who really backed us and supported us, I wanted to have something unique that no one else is going to have. So,
I mean, I don't know about Sidewinder, choking a character, but yeah, whatever. I get why you did that, but my man.
Oh man, we're talking about that stuff. So I posted the picture of Bones slamming Boulder down on the ground, and I got an earful from Terrell. Oh, that would never happen. He would never get me on the ground like that. That I'm 3-1 because he's taken on Bones 3 times now. Apparently, I have to read.
Did you tell him what artist interpretation is like?
Oh, it was such a fun situation in my group chat, because of course Kid, who's Bones, chimes in and was like, "Nah, I could totally do that. I'm like 7 feet tall. I have an AC of 24. What do you got?" And it actually directed some of the issue 4, because talk about my stuff for just a moment, because I'm pretty proud. I actually just finished the last page of issue 30 or issue 3. It was the 30th page.
Nice job.
I just finished inking it. It ends on a cliffhanger, creates a lot of questions like I like to do, and I'm really proud of it. But I was with Brad last weekend, and we were talking about issue 4, because I've already started kind of my storyboarding process on that, and me, him, and Terrell need to sit down and write it. And so I said, hey, where do you want to go? Because we do need to consolidate that game session a little bit, because every time we play a game, I give them a different scenario. And this was a very detective-based scenario. They had to go and find clues, and then eventually it led them somewhere where they got into a fight. And he said, no, I really think that every book we've done is different. The first book is a straightforward, we're going to fight the bad guys. And then, of course, it ends on a little bit different than what you expect. Book 2, again, they're chasing somebody down, and then we create more mystery. Book 3 is told in a way where it's if you ever watch a TV show where you're seeing interviews done, it's that you hear what happened, then you see it, and it goes back and forth. I wrote it like a crime series, and then big action centerpiece, closing it out with another like kind of TV unsolved mysteries feel. And then book 4 I've been watching detective shows like consecutively, like just watching tons of them to get a feel for how the director casts a scene, and that's what we want to do with book 4 now. But we want it to end on a note where that's funny. We want it to end on a note where now Bones is gonna pick up Boulder and slam him down the ground when the fight starts, and that was because of your art. It really inspired this idea in Brad, and so now we have to get it past Terrell, but I think we can strong arm him into it. So yeah, I absolutely love
strong
that.
on anyone. It's you, Chris.
Hey, I mean, at the end of the day, I do have the executive say on how the story flows. That they, the guys tell me all the time, it's my story at the end of the day. But I do try to listen to them because those are their characters. You mentioned how I write. I've got my bag of dice right here. This is how I write. I direct things, and then it goes through me, Brad, and Terrell. So I appreciate I've gotten a bunch of kind words from you guys on the writing, but I have to give credit where credit's due. And if it didn't pass through Brad and Terrell, I really wouldn't have the product I have. And if I didn't have guys, rolling D20s for 6 hours a month, you wouldn't have crit. So, the story tells itself. I'm blessed in that manner. I don't know if I could write some of the stuff you see. I don't think I could come up with some of that, because when I come up with the plan for crit in the game, I tell them all the time, I'm like, I come out with this really cool idea, and then you guys just take it and beat it up and stomp on it and then piss all over it and then give it back to me. And when it comes back to me, though, if after all that, it's like gold. So somehow they can turn their pissing contest into gold. So hats off to my team.
Pissing to gold. That's the motto.
I mean, if you ever listen in on one of our sessions, you're going to hear constant arguing back and forth. That's stupid. Don't do that. Oh, I'm going to try and do this. Oh, I rolled a 1. What happens? And then I get to, kick their ass. It's a lot of fun for me. This whole entire venture is probably the most fun I've had in 15 years. And I say that because 15 years ago, I was literally endorsed by Jägermeister and Rockstar and waking up to Jaeger bombs every morning in a different state. And I would much rather be doing what I'm doing now with all you guys and my friends. So anybody that picks up a crit book or likes a picture, shares something, does anything in that manner, you don't know what that means to me. And I got to say, one thing we have that you don't find anywhere else is, and that's not just our group, but that's just indie in general. You get that appreciation. You get that one-on-one with a creator that you really don't get anywhere else. So again, thank you for everybody that's even listened now for 2 hours, 17 minutes, and we're still holding strong with like 6 viewers on YouTube. So that's cool. To that, you messaged me about something, Jason. So we'll talk about that, because I think 4 of us on here are part of this. You want to talk about it? I just talked for like 5 minutes. You go.
Yeah, but you're so good at it. I don't know all the details.
It's you think that I did this for a profession?
Yeah, it's your backyard. I can't really, So.
Okay. So the weekend of July 11th, we have the Congregate in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, both Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Dennis will be there. Jerry will be there. Jason will be there. And
Jerry's going to be there?
Yeah, Jerry's going to be there.
Yes. Yeah.
So
on
top of that, we're going to have guest appearances by some of the members of Crit. They're going to come in, and I think if we can do it right, I might be able to plan like a D&D session for us to do at our table, which would just gather more people around our table for us to shell our stuff to. But to that point, we're not doing a homebrewed table or a Pharaoh's Creative Studio E4 or anything like that. We're doing an SSB table. Oh, so cool. Come out, and if anybody, I'm throwing this out there for Nick and the Covenant guys. If they watch this piece, if not, I'll message them. If you guys want to be part of it and send some product down, I'm more than willing to put your stuff on our table and help promote those too. And I
love how Chris is looking up.
What?
I love it. Chris is looking up like it's the Brady Bunch. This is great. it's like Hollywood Squares. Keep going.
Well, Nick's like right above me. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to send your stuff out, just go. Self-conscious, sure. But we can work something out, and I can PayPal you and get you your credit for your stuff. I just think it would be great to have that table and show all of our stuff. I've talked to a couple local stores that are actually going to come out and check us out too. So I think that's going to be really awesome. It's for me personally, Timothy Zahn's going to be there. If you don't know who he is, he's the guy that created Thrawn and Ron from Star Wars.
I never heard of it.
Well, clearly you're not into the expanded universe of Star Wars, nor did you watch
expanded universe. What does that mean?
I forgot. Yeah, you guys, when you grew up, you still thought the Earth was flat, right? And like,
oh yeah, what do you mean? Oh, wait, they call it Legends now, right? Is that what they call it?
Something like that. Yeah.
Hey, listen, really quick. I'm a huge Republic Commander novels. Like that was my shit. So I was like,
I know.
Extended Universe is the bomb. I know you are, but it's still funny though.
Timothy Zahn, for those of you who don't know, he created Thrawn. Thrawn is a major villain in the Rebels cartoon, as well as
crazy.
If you go back into the books, he had series about him. He is one of the most dangerous villains that came out of the book series. I'm very happy to be able to go see him because I have. Actually, in the shelves above me, I have all of his books, so I'm thrilled for that. That's like my nerd out moment. But it's going to be awesome for us as a group. It's going to be the first time we sit down face to face, not virtually, and it'll be good to see you guys.
Will it be awkward?
For me,
I'm an awkward person, so my wife is way more awkward than me. She'll probably
listen. There's nothing awkward to a guy who wrestled in his practically underwear in front of people, right, in auditorium stuff. There isn't awkward.
Jason wins.
Let's go.
Yeah, and to that point, I literally lived in a van with 5 other guys for like a year at a time. Again,
I'm a hugger.
Yeah,
I'm
awkward
out there right now. Hugger, so just be ready.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Hug it out, bro.
I'm probably the shortest one in the group, so you're gonna have to lean over.
Chris,
I'm short too.
No, I'll bring a step stool. I got a stool. I'll bring it. You're fine. I got you covered.
So yeah, if you're local in North Carolina, you're close to Winston-Salem, or even in the surrounding areas, and you want to come up and meet the creators, and just even hang out. The weekend of July 11th, that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, will be set up. We'll have a whole ton of, I'm hoping that I have the Samedi stuffed animals by then.
Nice.
You might have something else too. Oops. My wife makes crochet dolls, so she's making a Convictor one, and she asked me if she could make a Caliber one, and I said she could. So she makes these dolls. They're like this big, crocheted. They're like chibis. They look like chibis, but they're dolls. So they're like crocheted dolls. Yeah. So she's gonna make those. I just spilled the beans. She's gonna punch me in the face when I walk in the house, but it's all right.
That's freaking awesome.
What did you say? Next time you see me, I'm gonna have a shiner, and that's gonna be why. What happened? I walked into something. Yeah,
my mom was 4'11" 3/4", and I say that because she was just shy of 5 feet, and I never gave her that credit in life. But my older brother is 6'2", and he made her mad one day. She got up on a chair, grabbed him by the throat, and slammed him up against the wall. Yeah. I learned then you don't mess with Italian women. Like, you just don't make them mad because, they're not short of punching you in the face.
Nope.
So I feel for you.
Yeah.
I'm also going down there to see family as well, so it all works out for me. So,
this is gonna be great. It's gonna be a
good
time.
Excited. She gets to meet all you guys. She'll be there. Mrs. Winchester.
That's right, Mrs. Winchester.
She's gonna make us take photos because she's a photographer. So just be prepared.
Oh boy.
Ooh, the boy band pictures.
Yeah. Well,
I can Photoshop you in, Nick.
I asked Chris.
Make it obvious that it was photoshopped. Like I'm in like a weird pose.
Chris and I have our own set of photos we have to take too, though. So
I'm sure.
God. So I remember like DC's New 52. Do you remember the New 52 when at the end of the books they always had the creators at the very end?
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool. I'm totally gonna rip it off and put us at the end of our book and talk about it.
Why not?
I mean,
Nice.
they don't own it.
Why
It's
not?
not theirs.
The new 52 is dead. You can do whatever you want.
They killed
Are
that
they on now,
like
like
twice
Rebirth
over.
or something?
They revamped that shit like 10 times by now. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I liked most of the New 52. I thought it was one of their better restarts for the most part. A lot of the books were good, and then they dwindled it down to like 10, and then they stopped.
Oh no!
Yes.
Oh no!
Yes,
Yep.
I will be. Yes, I will be.
Strike a
Yeah,
pose, Jerry.
Jerry, I need you to wear that suit that Dennis used for the promo for this Phalanx. So that's what I expect you to wear. So I'm just saying. It better not be any red shit. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah.
It's like red velvet.
The belt and everything.
He's gonna find somebody cosplaying as the Red Ranger and tell
I'm
him
gonna
to come
tackle
over to the table.
Listen, the only Red Ranger I recognize is Zeo
Oh,
Ranger
my God.
5. That's the
Stop
only
it.
one that matters.
Stop.
Okay.
All right.
Foreign
Break out the
language
suit,
to me.
Jerry.
I know the first group. I don't even remember half their names, but they're the only Rangers I know.
I named my kid after Power Rangers, but it wasn't the first season. It wasn't the first because my wife would have caught on instantly. So I
tried to name my son. I tried to name my son Tommy, but that didn't happen. So I had to go to my second favorite Ranger, which was Zach. So that's what we went. But
I had to go to Dino Thunder. I had to name them Kira and Ethan. So
well, there was Professor Oliver. You didn't want to use that one?
no. That ain't even
No, that's weird. I don't understand why. Yeah, okay.
So you know what's funny is when my little brother was watching Power Rangers, I was watching Saved by the Bell. So
So did I. I watched Saved by the Bell. Who cares? That's awesome.
I refused to watch Power Rangers because my little brother did. Same reason I don't play Pokemon, because my little brother did, and I refused to do anything.
Lame.
Yeah, dude, I've been told,
We all know why you watch Saved by the Bell. Same reason lots of us watch Saved by the Bell.
yeah, I'm not going to comment on that right now.
Why? That was like 100 years ago. It's fine.
My wife's in the chat, but yeah, I was like 10 years old, so I can't get yelled at. It's fine.
I'm talking about Screech, bro. Rest in peace.
Hey, yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah.
The only one that actually continued Saved by the Bell until his career ended. So
Yeah, he had no choice.
Aren't they doing a reboot or like some sort of continuation of it now on the Peacock app
Yeah.
thingy
Yep.
crapper?
yeah,
They are.
Yeah.
I think they got most of the original cast back too, which is kind of cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, Zach did like Days of Our Lives or something after that.
Yeah, he
So-
did. He did a couple things, and then we know what happened.
Yeah,
We know what AC Slater did. He was all over the place.
I really liked Zach's show. It was about a little girl. I think it was like vampires or something like that. I can't remember the name of it, but it lasted one season, and I thought it was great, but it only lasted one season. So
I love.
It must have
what,
been on. It must have been on a Sci-Fi
Brian just-
channel. 'Cause they always do that. They put a show out. They get you to like it, and Sci-Fi is like, "Oh, this is bullshit. Canceled."
yeah,
That's what they do. Sci-Fi channel's notorious for that.
Brian's giving you shit, and I love it.
Yeah, no, yeah. So that first meetup's gonna be good. I told Dennis. I saw that. By the way, Dennis, I see there's
Yeah.
a tasting room right in the same town as the hotel. I'm just saying.
I know.
Nice.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
I'm
All right.
trying to
I was
plan
like-
my weekend accordingly.
I sent Dennis. I'm like all the bourbon.
Yes.
Well, I live like 15 minutes from the venue, so I mean, we can carpool, do whatever. I know, Jason, you're bringing your family with you. Dennis, if you've got family up with you, at least that frees up a car for them to use during the day, and then we can kind of like carpool. If you don't mind driving with me, I do. I drive kind of crazy because I'm a Yankee. I'm sorry, North
Yeah.
Carolina driving stuff.
Shit,
But-
you drive crazy. I'm from Jersey.
Yeah, that's true. I forget. Yeah, you're both
There's a reason
Yankees,
we have
so-
something called the Jersey Slide, bro. Oh shit.
Yeah, if we can coordinate that'll be
Yeah.
great. And then anybody that wants to have their stuff featured, just get with me. Ship it out. We'll put it on the table for you and help get some funds back your way.
we made a promise a long time ago when we started Hunter's Moon, Dennis and I and Nick at the time, Lee, that when cons were a thing, when they came back, we were going to be there, and we didn't break that promise, did we, Dennis?
Yeah, we were going to be a Convictor Con. That was it, man.
Convictor Con. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I'm still getting those vans made. That's a thing.
Yeah, absolutely. But
guys.
Yeah, I'll be. I'll have some Slate product. That's for sure.
Awesome.
To represent Slate.
Awesome. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Same for you guys, Jack and Nate. I'd love to get some, at least some promotional material out.
Yeah, when you said that, I was just thinking about getting some, like, I don't know, some flyers made up or something, like some coming soon ones or something. Or we might even have a book out by then, to be honest. So even if you have a book out, we can. Yeah.
And the thing is, like, you can send it digitally, and we can print on our end, so you don't have to.
100%.
You don't have to get slammed with trying to ship all that shit over here. So
and never ship to the US. Reach out to us, and we'll get it taken care of for you. And
right. Yeah, we'll take care of it.
That's another cool thing that I do want to say with Golden. They can do fulfillment on our Kickstarters for us. We just have to send the product to them, and they can fulfill. They do that right now for a lot of like board games and things like that. So we just have to load the orders in there, and then
this is a little late. I just saw us. So I had to put this up here. Brian hates me now. See now, Brian's first episode of the show is that Brian hates Jason. That's the first episode of his very first show, episode 1. Brian hates Jason.
We need to get him back on here one day.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because you got an awesome team and some great content. That honestly, the art in Wingless is still one of my favorites.
I will tell you, Brian is a fountain of knowledge too. Like, I pick his brain all the goddamn time, and he knows it. So he like that man, like he'll tell you if it's garbage too. That's my favorite part. So like, he doesn't, it's just how he is.
Like that. So I appreciate true honesty. I would rather tell me something's garbage and then have me fix it than put it out and then tell me it's garbage.
Right. Yep. Agreed.
Just don't mess with short people.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah. So I have
your shins will pay.
Five brothers. Let's see. Let's count. Hold on. Yes, 4 or 5 brothers, right? And almost every single one except for Josh is like taller than me. And one of them told me when we were he was adopted. And so when he got taken in, we were sparring one day because he was big into like jujitsu and karate. He's like, I don't fight short people. I won't fight you. I'm like, why? He's like, because you're just spider monkeys. You climb up on me and start punching me in random places. And so, I learned real quick. That's a good idea. That's how I handle it now. So I'm just going to climb all over you and beat you because you can't touch me.
Well, shit, Jerry should teach you some capoeira then, because that's perfect for you little folks.
Is that a sticker? It's shiny.
Oh, it's a sticker there. Yeah. Yeah, son. Oh, yeah. He got a sticker.
Oh, yeah.
A sticker book?
I need to get you some. I can't wait to see issue 2, Brian. Thank you for the support and everything, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're coming up on 2.5 hours, I think.
Yeah, I think we're at our mark, correct?
Yep. We still have 9 people watching on YouTube. So
I know.
Thank you all for your dedication to
really.
And thanks for coming in and hearing our awesome news. We're very proud and excited at the same time. It's still a lot of work on our end to get this stuff going, so it's not like an overnight success thing. So that's not what we're here saying. I think that the hard work has just begun, but we have a good game plan moving forward. So look to us if you want to be part of our street team. I hate the way hit up this guy right here. The SSB Instagram, he runs most of. He's on that a lot, posting and things. So you can reach out to him, get that going. If you have a local comic store or you are a comic store, know someone that works at a comic store, reach out to us. I'd love to get our books in your stores and at the same time help promote your store, because I do want to create a list for everyone so they know where to go. I've had a few of my friends and family ask where they can buy the books. And so, get with us. Let us know where you are. I'll get you in contact with Golden and we can go from there. Mm-hmm. Anybody else want to add anything to the night?
Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for having me once again. I don't think I've ever actually thank you guys for allowing me into the group. You know, I'm very honored to be within the group or whatever. I still remember the night Jason actually, he's like, you know, as the leader of FSB, I wanted to send the invite to you. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to have to sit on that. He's like, all right, well, no problem. Like 2 minutes ago, I was like, yeah, I thought about it. All right.
Yeah. I said that to Chris and we were laughing. Yeah.
You know, so I'm very honored and stuff. And especially me, like, I'm a writer. And, you know, I'm grateful that you guys allow me to use your characters in the way I see fit to make these collaboration posters and stuff. So every time I do it, it's a fun thing to do. I'm looking forward to doing one with Demon Hunter Raven, with the Celestial Knight, you know, and the other characters, Crossbones, and all these other characters. So I appreciate it, and I thank you guys a lot for that.
Mm-hmm. No, man.
We're glad to have you.
Absolutely. Jack, you got anything?
Yeah, just to kick off with what Jerry just said, I just want to say thank you to yourself and Chris and Jesse for letting us join this. It's it really kicked us up off the ground. If it wasn't for you guys, Slate Comics probably still wouldn't. We'd still just be doing, you know, fan art for everyone and all that sort of shit. But yeah, no, just it's an honor and it's a privilege to be a part of this group, and I really thank you guys and all your support and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, big year, eh?
Yeah, big year, definitely. And he looks up when he says it.
He's above me. Stop it.
Okay.
He should look up to me. It's good for him.
You can't help it though.
I'm sure.
If you guys would order our books, buy our books, you're not only taking care of a creator, you are investing into us. Just like if you were to feed if you were to give $1 a day, you know, we don't have to threaten your dogs or animals anymore. We will stop threatening you. So, you know, it's good for your health. It's good for your well-being. Man, you'll make your wife even happy. You know, we'll come over and we'll. I don't know where I'm going with this.
It's funny though. Shoot from the hip. That's all.
I shoot from the hip. It just
that's all you got to do. That's all we do. Yeah,
buy our books. It'll make you happy down the long term.
Yeah, it's the tag off what you just said. Like I did that art walk, and it was the first time I ever did anything as a creator of a comic, and I had a lot of folks come up and they were like, "Is this issue 1?" And yes, granted, I don't do issues; I do more a different approach. But I said, "Yeah, that is ground level." And they're like, "Oh, you did." People were so amazed that they were getting the very first of something.
Yeah,
and I think with independent comics, I think we've discussed this before. I know we have. Like that is key here. That you are literally getting the beginning of something. If you really like it, you're from ground level, you know, and that's a big deal because you can't say that with a lot of other things, you know, especially the mainstream comics.
That's literally like my number one reason why I love indie comics so much. Because
same,
you gotta follow anybody else. Batman, Superman, you don't know where to start. There's hundreds of issues of each of these characters, and it's hard to follow. You know, so
absolutely.
I'll speak for myself on this one. There will only ever be one issue 1 of Crit. I'm never gonna reboot my series. I'm never gonna redo anything. It's gonna end at issue 36, and you're gonna have the complete story. That's it. I don't like having to go back and find 15 issue 1s and figure out which one's the best one.
Yeah. I think that's the same for all of us. I think we all have this similar thought on that, and with what we're doing.
Technically, my books, issue 0 is going to be remade, but it won't be issue 0 because when issue 0 was made, it was more made to draw people in with the action and everything like that. So, but like I said,
I got 2 issue 0s as well. So this is Jack did the second one.
Yeah, I mean that's a different thing, Jerry. Like that's just. Yeah, I mean that's normal as a creator. Like I think that I'm talking about rebooting a whole series. Like that's
negative.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone wants to do that. I mean, and that's the part as indie creators, like you're not pigeonholed into whatever the company wants you to draw that you're working for. You're your own creator, so you can go in any direction you want. You can spin off. You can, you don't have any real ties. Like let's say, the person drawing a Batman title on DC can't do what he wants. He does what he's told. That's the difference, and we can do what we want. and we have that option, and that's it's nice not having handcuffs like that, and that's good.
Dennis?
I mean, I'll piggyback off the, Jerry and Jack, and I could say, it's being thankful for being in this group. But I think the big thing for me is what makes this group different from all the other groups that are out there. And then I look at our journey, like when I look at Nick's journey, and I, talking to Jerry on his broadcast, his journey, like, holy moly, look where we've come, but it's just the beginning. And then when I see you guys, and when I see you guys in the chat, the things I've learned from you guys, and just all the things I'm taking away from every single one of you guys, it's crazy what has happened in a year, and what you guys don't even know what you're influencing on. So, like, I can pick any one of you guys, and I know I'll literally think about you guys when I'm driving home, and there's something about something that came out, or a post, or a book, or something I read what you guys did, and I'm like, man, I'm learning from this, and I couldn't be any luckier to be part of this group. And, like, I want to say it's an honor, but I don't want to, like, overstep it, because this is just the beginning. And if I can just step into your shoes, or get there, and just like Jack said, we're following in your footsteps. When I say you guys are 5.2 players, or you guys are high-level writers, or what you guys have achieved in such a long period of time, and finally get to this level, or again, this is just the beginning. So again, I don't want you to say honored, completely honored, taken away. I just want to live up to you guys and the standard you've set. And that's one of the things too, when it comes to other groups out there, what's your standard? There are business practices out there, and there are other creators I've talked to and worked with. Their standards don't match what we are creating here. And that's one of the best things I can say about us. The standard we're holding each other to, and the standards we're going to carry out in the future, aren't what you're seeing out there. And I've dealt with a lot of creators whose their business practices are trash, and I'm not throwing shade at anyone, but that's what I think what upholds us against the other creators and other groups. And that's what I'm so proud of. That Kismet, we found each other, we got together, we learned from each other, and we're growing with each other. And I mean, just again, it's just the beginning. And just I think about that all the time. Like, holy moly, what we've done. And the journeys that Nick has done and Jerry's done. Jason with his character for so long buried in your head. Like, it's insane. Just all the knowledge that's coming through from you guys. But you got somebody here who's pulling from you guys, learning from you guys. And again, I'm not a big believer, Jason, in everything happens for a reason. But I'm starting to get there. Like, I'm starting to be like, you know what? Maybe there's something to it. But again, just honored to be here. Again, this is the beginning of a crazy ride. And I didn't have a bucket list, but I did have a dream. And I let it go probably about 25 years ago when I stopped drawing. And out of just some crazy circumstances, I started drawing again. And here I am. So just a pleasure, guys. I got to say thank you, Chris, for all that hard work. Yeah, Kismet. And Chris, all that hard work, all that pounding the pavement, all that fighting for us to get this deal done. Much respect, bro.
Definitely.
Much respect.
Absolutely. Yeah, none of this shit could have went down without Chris's, without Chris, literally, pushing and pounding on doors and of course strong arming the shit out of us and and just all the other stuff he does. No, for real. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, his passion infused some of us when you didn't think maybe it's something you wanted to do, but you could see it through his eyes, and you realize that it's a real thing, and his just his vision on it kind of inspired me. I mean, I'm just a guy who wanted to make a comic that I wanted to make forever, and now his vision, I saw his passion through his vision, and so here we are. So, and we all had an option not to do this, but he literally forced us to do it, and so here we. I mean, he encouraged us to do it. That's the word I meant to say, and so, but yeah, for real though. I mean, Chris, we wouldn't literally be having this announcement if it wasn't for you, and you don't get enough credit that you deserve. And
yep. Absolutely.
And, yeah, without a doubt. And you're always, you're so humble. You don't really pat yourself in the back, but you should. And, like I said, this shit talking about right now would not even be a thing if it wasn't for you. So,
we appreciate it. 100%.
I mean, I still hate you.
I had no idea where I was going business-wise myself. Like, I just thought that eventually I was going to have a bunch of comics in the back of my car on the street.
like mixtapes. Jerry's like, yo, check out my comic. Like a fucking mixtape.
All right, exactly. I'm going the mixtape route. So, that's exactly what I was going to do. You truly appreciate it. And I also want to say, Dennis, that I don't want you to take anything away from yourself because you've come a long way.
Yeah, absolutely. His art is.
Our live opened up so much to me about you that I had no idea about. It made my wife emotional.
Yeah, it was good. It was good live.
I watched that too.
You know, like we all have these backgrounds that we've come from that, you know, was hard, difficult, and everything, and we're here now, rising to the occasion because of each other.
I had a friend of mine reach out to me. She actually works for me, and she watched the live to support me. And when I saw her next day at work, she said she actually cried because she's like, when you're at work, you're the manager. You put on this brave face and you're always positive, but everything behind there I never knew about. And she goes, I actually cried when I watched it. So I was like, yeah. I go, you know, like we all have stories, like every single one, and like, you know, like Chris has probably one of the most amazing stories I've ever heard. Jason has an amazing story. Like when I think about Jason's background, I'm like, boom. But again, I've yet to learn about Nick, and Jerry, I've yet to learn about you, and Jack, I've yet to learn about you, and all you guys. I know we all have amazing stories that created us to what we are today. So again, like, just to piggyback, like I am doing a number of lives, and just, you know, T-Toner and Dan Price, like those are guys like I want to get our name out there and what we're all about. But yeah, I appreciate it, Jerry, because I did get a lot of positive feedback from that. And it was hard. I'll be honest with you. It was really hard. Even my wife was like, is that the first time you let that out? I go, yeah. It's the first time I let that out on a public forum. And she knew about a lot of the things. Obviously knows a lot of things I went through. So I appreciate it, Jerry. I appreciated that platform and you taking a chance on me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you doing it on my platform. I'm honored.
Yeah.
Same thing with Chris. The night that I really got to learn about Chris, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, dude.
He's indestructible. Yeah.
I try to be. I got too much to do in this world to go. So I will say, you know, at a young age, I did learn what it was. You know, I faced my own mortality a few times, and in 2015, when, you know, I literally was told you had 3 days to live, call your next of kin, you're, you know, probably not gonna make it. You know, that had a big impact on me, and I look at all you guys and I hear the stories, and I'm gonna say this: if you talked to me even 2-3 years ago, comics were never on my wavelength. You know, I love comics. Clearly, if you see my collections, boxes everywhere. I've reached out to my family. I moved out at a very young age, and they have a bunch of my stuff. I have like the original Wolverine issue 1, you know, print 1. I have these books that I'd collected as a kid, and I never thought I'd be a creator. And, you know, I'm humbled by everything that you guys have said. But when I took this journey, I had this idea of creating one small story. Never really thought it would take off. And as I saw it grow, I met each of you individually through mainly Jason. I would say Jason and Concrete really introduced me to most people. And when I saw each of your books, there was a different reaction to everything. And Jack, when I saw your work, and Dennis, when I saw your work, there was always a different reaction to everything. And I said to myself, how can we get out there? Because I knew individually I wouldn't be successful on my own. You can say what you want about my work ethic and these things. I knew I wouldn't get there on my own. And when I was brought into the group, I said, okay, we can make this work if we work hard. And gears started turning. And when I saw some of the potential, you know, and I saw what the map looked like to get from A to B, and then I saw people like Nick. You know, I say this all the time. When I saw Nick's book, I thought it was a Marvel book. I almost didn't back it because I thought it was the big book.
Boy, were you wrong.
And then I got it, and I was like, oh, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
Yeah. It's crayon drawings all the way through.
No, but for real, when you and I talked almost 2 hours long after the the Phalanx. You and I talked for a long time that night, and I feel like I learned a lot from you. I learned a lot from everybody, even if Jack, you don't have a book out yet. You say that quite often, but your writing and your hard work keeps me going. Every time that, and my wife's in the chat, she can comment on this. There have been many times in the past year where I've just been stuck, and I'll open our group chat, and I usually don't see Nick because, he doesn't socialize. It's great. It's fine. But he posts on Facebook like 50 times a day. So if I want to talk to him,
he's the Facebook mogul.
But every time I was stuck in a rut, I'd get in there and I'd see maybe Jason drew a page or Dennis did 50 things in one night. There was always something in there to keep me motivated and moving forward. Even when I was hitting the pavement with the SSB stuff, there were many times where I was like, why am I doing this? Like, I work 2 jobs, 2 full-time jobs that I work from home, and they are very demanding. And then I'd finish working and I would open up the SSB stuff, or, I'm drawing Crit 3 or I'm sketching book 4, and I'm like, why? And that chat, or even a share or a like on something, there was always something that just motivated me to keep going. But to know that you guys have been doing this 30 years, Nick, 15 years, your stories surrounding comic books, it said to me that we needed to get out there. And again, like, I don't have that character I've been carrying for so long. I didn't even, and let's be real, you like Caliber, you like Boulder, you like these characters. I didn't create them. I brought them to life. I would be the Geppetto or whatever you want to call me in the situation. I brought the characters to life on paper and kind of helped mold them. But those are my friends. Like, I feel like sometimes I have it easy in comparison to you guys. So if I can do something in return, to help you guys and make things easier for you, then that's what I want to do. And I'm humbled by everything you guys have said. I'm honored to be part of this project, and I'm beyond excited to see where we take it Q3, Q4, and on. I think we just broke ground, and to all you other creators out there, Dennis, you've said this quite a few times. My biggest inspiration comic book wise is going to be Todd McFarlane, who never gives up. So if you want to do it, just do it. There's a ton of information out there. There are 6 people on here. There were 10 earlier that can tell you how. You don't. There was somebody that wrote to us recently and said they felt we were a good direction for them. And the reason that everybody that's part of SSB, when I was looking at the people, Jason gets to do all the introductions and things. But when I look at everybody and we talk about who's going to be brought on, I look at people and say, can they do this on their own? Well, yes, you can. But would we be able to do it better together? So if you can't do it on your own, then I would strongly suggest, before trying to get any further, get that book out on your own. Show the world that you mean business. Don't rely on someone else, because you can go into any group and they're going to motivate you, but if you can't do it on your own, you're still not going to get any further. So, if I can do anything to inspire anyone, it's just going to say, I started drawing crappily late 2018, early 2019. I did the issue 0. We talk about having multiple issue 0s. Jack, you saw it. I think a few of you may have seen it. My wife laughs about it. My friends were like, it's okay looking. I'm proud that I did it because it made me do it. But I say this all the time. I flopped. It was. I wouldn't put it out if people didn't ask for it in this last Indiegogo. Issue 1, I still was growing, and now I'm at a point where I feel confident in my work. And if I hadn't pushed myself and had my dad tell me it was garbage, my wife tell me it was garbage, and my friends tell me I was making garbage, and I wanted to prove them wrong. So I employ everyone that watches this: prove me wrong, do it on your own, and then let's talk, because I can at least point you in the right direction. And that was long-winded, but what you guys said really hit me hard. So thank you for letting me be part of this.
Well, good. All right. Well, let's. Should we close it out with that bitchin' video again?
Yeah. How about that other one? You put that other one?
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the other one first, and then I'm gonna do the other one here. Let's do this one. It's cool. Really quick, that badass song is called "Defenders United," so it's kind of appropriate. That's why I chose it. And it's copyright.
I love the way burlap is just like, oh, I'm going to fuck shit up.
It's good, right? It was so perfect when I had this thought when I saw Dennis's when he first threw up the that image when he was just doing line art. That song I was already looking at for something else and just popped in my head. I'm like, that is the song I'm going to use for that picture. So it's too good. Too good. All right. That's the end of Phalanx episode 10. Man, 10. Now we gotta. It sounds like a small number, but it's not because 10 is pretty awesome. So and it's 10 quality shows. So there's that. I mean, we could pump shit out every week, and but who wants to watch that anyway? So this is 10, and thank you for everybody that's hung into this, and we're very proud to announce what we announced, and we're very thankful for everyone that tuned in and was in the chat and was just listening to us and asking questions and just taking it all in. And we're sure to get more questions about it going forward, and we're here to answer them. So we'll definitely do our best to answer any questions about the direction we are now heading. All right, fellas, it was a pleasure as always with all of you.
Absolutely.
And I couldn't ask for a better group of guys to do this with. And that's it. I think we're gonna wrap this bad boy up. All right, everybody. Again, thanks for tuning in, YouTube, and thanks to the likes and subscribers. We got plenty of them tonight, and I'm very happy. Thank you very much. We appreciate all of your support. All right, signing off. I'll see you guys. Have a good one. All right.